everyone. Salute. Good evening. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks follow-up post-game, man. The Young and the Restless defeat the Miami Heat, man. We're going to get into it and get it popping. We're going to talk about the game last night. What a phenomenal display of basketball last night by the New York Knicks. I'm really very excited to get into this thing, man. That was a really good win. Went down against a rival Miami Heat, who we've been rivaling since the early 90s, man. And went down there and gave them the business. Fourth quarter comeback. It was crazy, man. That was some best game of the year right there in New York Knicks land for sure. Best game by far of the NBA season for the New York Knicks. They went down there and put on what you call gritty. The New York City Gritty Committee went down to South Beach, man. They turned it up on them cats, man. The young boys had it popping last night. So that was a great, phenomenal win. Friday night Knicks in the building. Went down to Miami and South Beach, man, and just did it. A lot to talk about, to get into, break it down. What a beautiful basketball game that was last night, man. And for sure, my man Frank Montos was in the building. Salute, Frank. You went to see a good game last night. But what a phenomenal game, man. That was the ball we wanted to see all season long. Everybody came to the forefront last night. Played a good role. The young boys is on fire right now. The neophytes, what a delight, man. That's what it is, man. Them cats really played some good ball last night. So we're going to get into all that, break it all down, man. And that just was an amazing game. You know what I mean? The Knicks went out to Miami. Obviously, man, they got down, but found a way to come back and win the game 111 to 103. Fourth quarter, Emmanuel quickly, what the real deal, man. I'm trying to tell you, that young man was on the game last night. In that fourth quarter, he turned it up. And despite them throwing everything at RJ, he still had 18, 8, and 4. Despite the double teaming, the blitzing, he still managed to have 18, 8, and 4. So my man, real talk, that was a good thing about RJ Barrett. Not a dominant game, but when you got somebody who's throwing that many people, like knowing that you dropped 46 on them the last time, to come back, their game plan was to take you out the game. Without Julius Randle, he still came through. So, we got to get into that. Deuce McBride, we got to get into Quentin Grimes, knocking down big threes. Obi Toppin, 15 and 8. He was doing his thing. So, like I said, great win, man. Real talk, that was a good one. So we just got to get ready for the next one in Detroit tomorrow at 3:30. So that's going to be an early evening game, man. 3:30 tomorrow. We go up and get the Detroit Pistons in Detroit. But it was fun to watch. The grittiness, the fighting these guys, man, getting down, not giving up. And that young energy and them cats were determined. So I mean, that's what we want to see. And moving forward, I just think it's a beautiful thing, man. The Knicks' future is strong. Real talk. The New York Knicks' future is real strong with them young men they got down here. So I think the best is yet to come. I don't think we got nothing to worry about moving forward. The season might not went the way he wanted to go, but from what we're seeing right now, future's good. I'm excited about it, man. Them young brothers came to play, man, and I can't say enough about that. But let's get talk about it, man. We're gonna get into the grades, scores, and everything. Let's jump and see what the Knicks did last night, fellas, because they really did their thing last night. You had, look at Jericho Sims, man, 28 minutes, 3 for 3 field goals, 7 rebounds, crucial rebounds at the end of the game, 2 assists, 1 block, plus 19, man. Good job of that young man, filling in for Mitchell Robinson out the gate. Energy, got hops, good couple of rebounds and good defensive plays, man. So man was plus 19 for a reason. So Jericho Sims had a pop of Obi Toppin, 26 minutes, 6 for 10, 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. The kid is killing it in the last couple of games, shooting in at 50% from the 3-point line. Foul tech 1 for 1, 8 rebounds. That was beautiful, man. The cat is playing some good basketball right now, man. And let's hope he can keep it going. He was a +5, but it was every bit of really, really good basketball for him. Alex Burks had a good, decent game. 12 points from Burks, but we'll take that only in 24 minutes, though. 3 for 8 field goals. He hit 3 for 3 from the charity stripe, but he knocked down on 3 threes. Had 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Good game for Alex Burks overall. 2 turnovers, but that's not a big deal. +3, good job by him. Fournier didn't have it, really like yesterday, man. Only 2 for 11. 1 rebound, but he had 4 assists though, and 1 nice one to Obi Toppin on the breakout. That was good, but he didn't have it neither. So, but he did enough, just to keep us around, man. Till the young guys come and took over. RJ Barrett was a +2, but can't take away the effort that he put at 18 points. When he shot not 5 for 17, but he did good for the charity strike. But he had 8 rebounds. 4 assists, and that's why I like his game, man. To have somebody come at you like that, double team you all night long, just about, and still be able to put up 18 and 8. And it was important points. The 3 he hit down to get the game close in the I think it was in the second half. So good job by R.J. Barrett. Everybody else, Todd Gibson, great game. Robinson, decent game, man, for him to be where he was, minus 15, 14. He had 11 points, man. He was 7 rebounds, so we'll take that. And the amount of minutes that he played, he only played 19 minutes and accomplished that. That was pretty impressive as well. McBride, that 5 points were 2 of the biggest 5 points of the game, buckets of the game, excuse me. That 3-point he hit in the baseline to cut it to 5, and then that steal, then they cut it to 3. So that plus McBride plus 16 is well worth it. Man did a great job with that. Emmanuel Quickly, what can you say? He killed it last night. 24 minutes, 6 for 12, shot 50% from the floor, knocked down 3 trays, 8 for 8 from the charity stripe. He was getting it as well, man. 2, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, but he did a good job. 2 steals, a big steal. Plus a good job, Emmanuel Quickly, and Quentin Grimes. What can I say? The next 3-point NBA 3-point all-star shooting winner right there. He's gonna win that 3-point shooting thing, man. That boy can knock him down, man. He got a good stroke. I was glad to see him get off his little coming back off the injury, trying to get in the groove. He still gave us 8, 9 points, a big 3. Then Jericho said, what can I say? He did his thing. So overall, man, that was good right there. I'm really excited about what we see, man, and we just got to keep doing this thing, man. The Knicks look good right now. That was a beautiful win for them young men to go out there and accomplish what they accomplished. So, the best is yet to come. It really is, man. But we just that was a good one. That really was a good one. I sat back and watched that game, man. And I was like, I was impressed by the excuse me. I was impressed by what they did last night, man. I really did. They played hard, man. They came and played last night. The young boys picked up what they needed to pick up from, and that was good. So, I was good to see that, man. But moving forward, we got a lot of decisions to make when you see stuff like this here. But everybody was excited about it, man. And, and I know the Knicks fan base was excited about it well. And because it was really hard for a good game for the New York Knicks. So salute to the Knicks really going down to South Beach against the Miami Heat, who we've been scrapping with since the 90s. And be able to go out there and win one for the fan base and the team and the organization. It was good. It was a good look. It really was. Real exciting, good look last night. I can't say enough about that, man. But that's what it does, man. That's what good wins could do for you. Make a team feel good. They won 2 in a row. They beat Charlotte. Beat them pretty handily. I was impressed, though. I didn't think they would score like that. Even though I seen that if everything was going, if they would have been decent with their Miami Heat defense. But they impressed me. They scored 11 on the Miami Heat defense. Quickly 23 in the fourth quarter, something of that nature. What can you say? Them young boys and Todd Gibson, the unsung hero, man, the old vet, knocking down them threes, man. Y'all make sure y'all bring Todd Gibson back next year, man, to that team. Let him mentor these young men, because that young man, he definitely can be a part of this organization from long term. Because I think he's well worth it what he brings to the team, other than playing basketball. But that was a good look for Todd Gibson. That corner three become like a regular thing for him now. So overall, that was a good game. It was a good game. Can't say enough about him, man. But it's all about them young men right now. Yes, indeed. It's all about that young man right now. Yes, indeed, my brother. I was right around there with you. I think it was one. Man, hey, you picked a man a lot wider what it is. 1 point. I had 112. I thought it was 112, 102. I got to double check the playback, but I think I was with you on that. I think I had 112, 102 or something of that nature. But that was a good look right there, man. Really good look. I know you guys got to feel good about what we've seen, because I know I do. I was really, really impressed with that. Because that's what you call maturation right there. That's why it's good to let them cats play the rest of the game out, the year out, like I said before, because to be in games like that at that rookie stage in your career, that second year stage in your career, and come out there on, against one of the number one teams in the Eastern Conference and in the West, basically, the Miami Heat, and go into South Beach and show that grit like that, man. That was pretty impressive. So I by far, absolutely, man. I think everybody can kill out IQ noise a lot wise. It's a wrap with that. Y'all can't be ain't no reason, and nobody in this fan base can come at that cat no more, man. That young man is playing some good basketball for us. Real talk, man. I think him going into the off season, getting better. Learning more things in the off season, man. That kid gonna be all right, man. If we strike out on the point guard, I ain't gonna be mad though. Now if this young man keep playing the way he playing, keep moving forward, going into next year. Hey, you can get the keys to him for all I care. I think he's that worthy of it. He's coming around, man. So you think about it, man. By coming to the next training camp, you know, man, the game gonna take another level because they got all season to get better. You know what I mean? And I can only imagine what that young man gonna be going into his third season. I think he's gonna be real good for the Knicks. I think that's gonna solve a lot of problems for the Knicks, especially on this rookie deal that he's on. This is what this game gonna be. I think they got a good problem on their hands. So let's hope that man quickly keep prospering. And his maturation keep moving forward, keep doing what he's doing, but he's killing it right now. But other than that, man, what a game, man. So it's a lot for the Knicks to think about in the all season. What they're gonna do with some of these veterans, how they're gonna make all this stuff blend in, because right now, them young guys, the way they playing, man, and the energy and the camaraderie them guys got. I mean, them cats are literally playing good basketball together, man. So that's a big decision for the Knicks coming up in the offseason, how they're going to revamp this roster and what they're going to do, because a lot of them guys you got to bring back. I say 10 of them young men, you should bring all of them back. I really believe that. I think you should bring every one of them young cats back that was there, man. Excuse me, guys. Oh, man. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Nice ball fake, left-handed shot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next year, man. And what they're gonna do, but we definitely got to think about that. Yeah, it has. I watch D. He's been working hard, man. He really has been working hard, putting the work in, and that's what hard work does, man. Hard work brings satisfaction, man, because you're gonna reap the benefits from that, man. Because you playing hard and you mastering your craft and you figure it all out. You're talking to other NBA players, learning what they do, and that just shows you how hungry he is. So I hope this is going to be something that's pretty much on a regular. If it's on a regular, then the Knicks got a good problem. I really do believe that. So I'm hoping that stayed the same. And then, the other guys, man, that was impressing. Deuce McBride, what can I say? The young man impressed the mess out of me, man. And I'm glad because, y'all guys know I was like when Kemba Walker was going through the issues, I was talking about back then, Tibbs, let him play. Let him start for all I care, because that's what he could do. Them 5 points he made last night, man, were some of the biggest 5 points you could make at the time. We needed them. A knockdown 3-pointer from the corner, cut it down to 3, a steal, right there, cut it down. Cut it down to 5, excuse me. Then he got a steal to cut it to 3, and then Quentin Grimes took over. Quentin Grimes knocked down the 3 to tie it up. Then he come back down, he knocked down another 3 to put us ahead 3. And after that, it pretty much was a wrap. So it was really all a good thing going on last night in South Beach. That was impressive, man. And I hope these cats keep doing what they're doing, and Tibbs let these boys ride the way they riding. I think it's gonna be all right. Yeah, absolutely. That boy got it, man. He got it. Absolutely, Frank. He got it. He got it. That McBride, man, that boy, he's gonna be a problem. That stroke is nice. I like his form on the jump shot. He got a nice stroke too. He arch it high. He get it up there, man, and he been shooting well lately from 3-point line. Salute Tim Smith. Salute. But yeah, man, it was a good game. Good exciting game, man. I couldn't be more happy as a fan, man, to watch that last night. They was really doing their thing, and like I said, man, we got something to be thankful for going forward in New York. The young boys gonna be out here to prove themselves, and they making it. And even salute the big Mitchell Robinson. He only had like 19 minutes, something of that nature, but the man had 11 points, 7 rebounds, key offense rebounds. Especially the one that the Obi grad put back up. There was a lot of good stuff going on last night, man. And let's just jump into some highlights, man, real quick last night, and see what these cats were doing, because they were really doing their thing last night. So we're gonna jump on some of these highlights, man, and let us see this thing pop for a minute. Yeah, but the Knicks did their thing, though. I was excited about it, the way they got down last night. You can see it right there, man. Mitch with the offense rebound. He was killing it last night, man. RJ Barrett in the clutch right there. Boom, knocking down the tray. Money. I mean, these cats was getting it last night, man. What can I say? They was getting it. Mitch with there you go. The play I'm talking about, the Obi Toppin, boom, offense rebound. That's what Mitch can do. Give him his money. They didn't give him his money. That was a good. Keep that ball in play. Boom, Obi Toppin right there with the finish, man. Good look. Roll. Here you go. Out loud pass. My man, look a good pass. Fournier, bang. That's how they was rolling last night, man. They was getting it, man. They was really playing some good ball last night. Here you go. Quickly step back three. Man, it was getting it in last night, man. He was. Real talk. He was doing a pick of the defense play of the game right here. Right here. That McBride, the real deal with the steal. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's where they was at, man. They was in their bag last night, man. New York was doing it. That could have the plastic Grimes. Nice, man. New York was in it, man. They was really doing it. Look at the jubilation on the court. Them cats got energy. Grimes was a deep three. That was the one that put us up three. Manuel with the fake game floater off the glass. Serious, man. Them cats were doing it. Hezzy and foul. They ain't call it. Bang. So that's where they was at last night, man. They was in it, man. Them young boys was scrapping right there. Here go to play, the steal. Quickly, good look, boom. Jump in the passing lane, gone. Man, them cats was dropping it last night. Real talk. Tough play right here. RJ trapped three people. Look at that. Kept that strength. Bang. Todd Gibson, hammer. Unreal. Knicks real talk, man. These cats were doing it. That's how we were feeling last night, man. But yeah, man, that's what it was last night, man. Knicks was in their bag last night. They really were, man. I was really happy to see that. Good win. Salute, Will. Salute. Good game, man. That's what we want to see all season. Cats fight, scrap like that, go hard, put it out on the floor, man. And they really had it popping last night, man. In the end of that game, man, 35, like 30, 33 or something like that, to 15 in the fourth quarter. Defense was on point, shutting them cats down, and the offense was running them. Yeah, that's what the youngins was running and gunning, man. That's what they was doing. So that pace was nice. Good game, good scrap out for them guys, man. Big win for them young men. A good big win for the Knicks in general to be fighting like this here and knowing that you out of it, but still showing you what it could have been and what can be, man, with the Knicks. So I think I was happy about that last night, man. That was all around good game for the New York Knicks. And I think that was well gritty fought game. And that's what we want to see out of them guys, man. But salute to the Knicks. But man, we move on to the next 8 games left, basically. 8 games left, and can he continue this thing going, man? I hope they get to sit Julius Randle and all these guys. Just let them get to sit out. Let the young boys take the reign over, man, and get this experience for the last 10 games, and then we'll see what's up. But what a job by them guys. Jericho Sims, big minutes. Young man, getting to play. Good move by Tibbs to let him start playing more minutes. And I think he's reaping the benefits of it, and still being able to have Todd get the minutes, and they contribute. So Jericho Sims with that energy, that hops, the rebounds, forcing on the paint, trying to keep his body in front of them. Big them dudes, man. Salute. Real talk. Yeah, man, I hope so, Will. I'm not looking forward to that. No knock on Randall, but we know what he could do already. Let's let him rest his squad for the rest of the year. He got a whole season to take care of that. But yeah, man, if I was him, I would sit out. But I mean, it's a shame. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I get it, though. He would start playing. I agree with you. I hate to see it go back that way. But the future is strong, though, in New York City, man. Real talk. The future is very strong. We got a lot going on, man, and I'm looking forward to the future. I think we gonna be some happy fans moving forward. And I'm not basing off of one game. I'm just basing this off the young talent we got there. We got 10 guys literally. If you bring back Mitch and Cam Reddish, man, we good. And I really believe that. Then if you want to go out there and find that point guard that's gonna be on another level, then so be it, man. But this thing is amazing. What we wanted to see, we seen. We really seen some of the best basketball the Knicks played all year, man. Too bad it got this late because of everything that went on in the course of the year. But at the same time, they came back and they did their thing last night. So I'm excited about it, man. Let's get it popping. And that's what we do, man. The Knicks just got to keep going, keep playing these last 9 games, man, and have fun with it. You know what I mean? Just have fun with it. You know what I mean? And, you know, man, absolutely. Obi Toppin, there you go. That's the Obi Toppin we want to see. You know, right there, back to back, he getting it. If hopefully this is where he's gonna be. If this is what Obi Toppin gonna be, we got some expendable guys on that team, and this whole thing will look different with the way they playing, man. And you know, the Fourniers and the I don't know, I hate to say it, the Randall, I'm not, you know, and all these guys, man, they might win it all back. I don't know, but I tell you what, by the way these young boys playing right now and the way the mix is, the Knicks can only a couple of nice pieces. With the murders of R.J. Barrett, you know what? This team can be deadly. I believe that. I think this team can be real deadly going into next year if everything click and they get the right piece they need. I think I just think they could be there. You know what I mean? So let's hope that after this season, and we see what we're gonna do in the lottery, see what we're gonna do in the at the trading. I mean, not the trading. Excuse me, in free agency. We're gonna be making some moves or whatever, and we'll see. Absolutely. Yeah, man, it's interesting, man, with this thing, man, because they are playing real good ball. And like I said, you know, to play the way they played last night, that showed me a lot about what this team was built for. And I think them cats got it, them young boys got it. The chemistry is there, the fun is there. Man, you can see the jubilation of these cats, man. They really got each other back out there, man. You seen a bench, the way the bench was just, you know, electrifying. They was into the game, and that was good to see. So I seen Scott Perry them in the background when Grimes knocked down that 3, man. It was like, yo, you know. So it was good to see, you know, because like I said, that's the Miami Heat. You know what I mean? That's the Miami Heat. You know how we did with them, man, going back to the 90s. Allen Houston with the big shot. You know what I mean? The fight, the brawl. So to go in South Beach, which you probably won there in so long, and go up in there and get them cats to business, man, that was nice. I can't be more happy than a Knicks fan. What can I say on an off year? That was something definitely worth making you feel good. So hopefully they keep it going, man, and get ready to look to the next game in Detroit, and try to go in there and get them. You know, I know the lottery thing is interesting in where we want to position ourselves at. I know a lot of people concerned about do we want to lose to get this. I just say keep playing, man. It'll take care of itself. I think it'll all take care of itself. You know what I mean? You know, but I think we got talent down there. It ain't too many. I think the talent we got on this team is just as good as any talent might be coming out of the draft side of a few. But so if we don't go heavy and if we don't land a supreme guy in the draft, I'm not worried about it. I think we got that nucleus right there, man. I think you just got to go and add a couple of pieces with them guys, and you might be on to something. So we'll see how it goes. But definitely a good game last night. So we go down to young Detroit on Sunday tomorrow, guys, 3:30 game, and try to battle Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham and them guys, Marvin Bagley is gonna be in the building, so we get into all that on a pregame. But you know, we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes, man. I'm really excited about this though. But good win overall, great win. Obi Toppin, what could I say, man? Obi, you don't know me. You know, real talk. You know, and cats came to play. Like I said, quickly coming into his own. You know, and I think if this is what he's gonna be moving forward, then we good there too. Like I said, you bring back all them cats, man. To me, Mitchell Robinson and Cam Reddish, you bring them back with Obi Toppin and Quickly and Grimes and Deuce and RJ and Mitchell. I mean, come on, man. Sims, and you go get maybe two dynamic cats to go with them that's on their timeline. I think you got like a little Memphis on your hand. You know what I mean? The Knicks, they played last night. That's what they played, man. I think that now you can see what they really have. And I think they got something special there. So salute to the Knicks for getting it popping, man. Salute to the chat and everybody for coming in tonight, man. I know the night is Saturday, everybody out chilling, but after that game, I had to do the follow-up. You know that Knicks Real Talk, Knicks post-game follow-up. We got to do it because that was some impressive basketball last night. You know, it was just good all around, man. So that was one of the better wins for the year for me to see them cats do that. So like I said, man, so tomorrow the game is getting close now. Elton Lee, salute, my brother, salute. Absolutely. Well, it was an all-time sweet in Miami, man. That right there was a good win. That was nice. to go up against a defense like that, don't back down, keep scrapping, keep fighting, and go out there and pull that game off in South Beach. That was good, man. Good for their confidence. I mean, good for just moving forward, man. Them cats know what it is to be in a game against a real dominant team like that on the defense end, and came up and did their thing. And I think that was impressive. It really was. And I think that's just what them young men needed. They needed this last 10-game stretch. I don't know. I'm hoping to get in a lot wide under Brother Pie out taking care of some business, but hopefully he'll be in soon for sure. So right now I just got to hold it down. Got to do the solo thing for a minute, man. But it was good. It was all good, man. It was good win, solid win. And let's hope that we keep this thing moving forward, man, because I think we got something special down there. Hopefully, with the Cam Reddish situation, that works itself out. And the Mitchell Robinson situation works itself out. And I think that's what it is. Yeah, he did. He did, Keith. He played a good game, man. I just got to give him a flower tonight. The young man really went down there 20 in the fourth. He took that game over. I mean, it was he set the tone. And then with Grimes knocking down them big threes, and McBride probably had, like I said, the most impressive 5 points of the game, knocked down that corner three, and then went down there and put the clamps on Kyle Lowry, stole and went down court and got that bucket. I was like, that was impressive, and that that was something right there. So yeah, I think we good in that department, fellas. I think we good. Now, like I said, we just you add all ingredients together right there, and then there you go. So we just got to hope that the Knicks do the right thing and moving forward in the summer, make the right move and keep that same energy that they had on the floor. Whatever move you make, got to kind of exemplify what they got there now. Man, that defense was crazy. Absolutely, they were, man. They was locking them down. I mean, Grimes and then quickly and all them boys there. I was like, yo, these cats are serious. And Miami just lost 2 in a row too, so they was itching to get at the Knicks, knowing the last time the Knicks played on RJ dropped 46 on them. I know they was like, nah, they coming into town. We gonna get these boys the benefit. And Knicks showed up. That was huge. That and double teaming RJ most of the first half in the third quarter, but still, the boys was knocking it down, man. So salute to the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau, all them guys, man. I did a good job. I love what I seen last night, the energy in that with that team. Good call. Yep. It is what it is, man. But God, listen, tomorrow we got Detroit. We got Detroit tomorrow. We just got to go down there against some young boys and get it popping. It's going to be a good team. You get to see Cade Cunningham. Like I said earlier, you get to see Marvin Bagley. Maybe you get to see Isaiah Stewart, all them cats, man. Jeremy Grant, all them dudes. So that's going to be a good win for them, dude. Good win for the Knicks as well. Because Detroit got a real decent team. They go hard down there. Them young boys play some good D down here. So hopefully we can go down there in Detroit tomorrow and find a way to scrap out a win at 3:30, and then get back to the Garden. So let the fan base of MSG get a taste of what these young boys are doing right now. I'm hoping that the New York fan base and MSG get to see what's going on. Man, I think that's special. To go in Charlotte, you lose to Atlanta by 4 or something of that nature, 6, but you go down to Charlotte down here. And you put on an offense juggernaut. Defense was good. Then to go down to South Beach and do what you did yesterday. Salute to the Knicks. Real talk, man. That was nice. But yeah, man. It's all good, man. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. I really am, man. I'm looking forward to see the young boys get back out there again and do the same thing they did, man. And run and have some fun. They're going to get some young stallions down there in Detroit too. But I mean, every fun they knocking down the three, we need them. I got to can't say enough about Alex Burks neither. Alex Burks, coming in that first quarter, knocking down 3 threes. He's been shooting the ball from deep lately pretty good. So too bad I had to start now, but it's good to see. He said, if we got in the play and without Randall, do you think Tibbs will still start him? That's a good one. I would, you know what, man? I would have to say yeah. Of our wives, I really believe I would have to say yeah. Not especially if we get in there, but I don't know. That's gonna be a tough decision on Tibbs because I don't know. I think the way these guys are playing right now, that energy, the way they playing and that cohesion and everything, it seems like it's no stagnation. The ball is moving. It's not sticking. It's not like pounding. They just whipping that thing around there and getting to the passing lanes. RJ quickly and these guys they get downhill. You know what I mean? And when they open, they knocking down the 3-point shot. So that's what's gonna be tough with that Randall thing, man. I don't know how long. I don't know how that is a big interesting thing going into the off season because he's a Julius Randle and he's still a double guy. Don't get it twisted. The man still can put up numbers, but it's just that the way this team is playing and it's just a different looking situation. So I think you're good with him or you're good without him, but before they were doing this, I thought that because of the situation and the atmosphere to move on from Randall and just get a point guard that do the same thing that he does, then yeah, you match him for a need for position, then you can go get a power forward. But other than man, Randall's the real deal, man. I don't want to even remotely take nothing away from him, man. But man, this is the way this team playing without him is interesting. You know what I mean? RJ leading the way. Good game by him, man. To be double team like that all night long and still knock down 18, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. And Jimmy Butler was making it tough on him, but and he still wound up holding his own as much as he can. So it's good to see. But yeah, man, Randall thing is interesting. It really is. We good with him, we good without him. I believe that. You know what I mean? I think Randall's got numbers like that. You know what I mean? But I see like the team playing with more chemistry. The last 3 games is interesting to me. That's all. Not that he's breaking on chemistry, but it seems like everything fits well. The flow of the game is working with these guys, and they love what they're doing. They're feeding off each other. So I definitely have to see how that goes. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how people can deny that, man. Yep, absolutely. That's what's scary right there because you breaking up something that's working, and it's working. So it's going to be interesting. I think as we keep winning, if I was Tibbs out at Randall, I would sit out. Every game we win, sit out because I think they win in Detroit. Then it ain't like you need them right now. So rest the squad. You know what I mean? If we keep winning, just rest him, and, let the body heal. We know what Randall can do. It ain't nothing new. We know he can put up double-doubles. We know he's a lot to this team, to the organization. But right now, what they got going on right now, I just want to see it the rest of the way. I was clamoring for this thing, man. The last 10 games, 11 games, just let the young boys run. Let them run, develop, and let them show you what they got so they can make some decisions in the off season. But from what they're showing me, if I was Knicks, I would bring all of them back and just add to it. It's that simple. They got a good thing going on. They got a lot of cohesion there, man. They cats is really locked in. So, but I think the other guys like you might have to move the Burks of the world to me, Noel and guys like that. They would get it popping, man. But listen, I got my partner crying with me. You know what it is, Shy Powers.
What's going down, Devon?
What's
Sorry
good?
I'm late.
How you feeling, man? Let's talk the Knicks, boy. Real, man. It was
Man, I just want to commend the Knicks on what they did last night. Hold on one second. I just want to commend them on what they did last night, man. A great game, man, from these guys. They did what they really had to do. Big ups to IQ for coming through in the clutch in the fourth quarter. And no pun intended, but this was the best 3 games that I seen Randall in the last 3 games. So, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It was. It's some decision to be made, Shy Powell. That's all I can say, man. Because this thing will go a couple of ways, bro. It can go Randall out or Randall win. If Randall stay in there, obviously you're gonna go try to get a creme de la creme point guard and run a couple of guys back. I think they cannot break up this young thing going on either. I hate to say that, man. So Like I said, Fournier, let's get it. But like last night, Quentin Grimes got that spot. I think Quentin Grimes makes Evan Fournier expendable. I really believe that. And I think, and I hate to say that, but for that 19-20 million, you know what we can get with that to put with them, man? Come on, man. So I think that, to me, Quentin Grimes, we good there. I mean, with Brian, we good there. Shaw Powers, if Cam Reddish get healthy and then come back, you know, we good there. We good. You know, if you get Mitch in the game, we good there, man. I just think that with Sims there and Quickly and Brian and these guys, Shaw Powers, and the way they play basketball, I just think this is what New York Knicks been missing.
I over these last couple of games, man, and a couple of games prior to these games, I was on the fence about what we could do or what we should do with Randall. And seeing Randall sitting on the bench for these last 3 games, man, it really opened my eyes, man. Um, and to see these guys really gel together, man, really run together, high assists, running pace, grabbing rebounds. I'm not sure if I'm ready to see Randall come back next year. And you know, unless he come back with a totally different mindset, man, because the way these guys have been running, getting up the court, grabbing rebounds, not turning the ball over, you know, 14, 15 times in these last couple of games. Um, you know, just the paces look different. The team looks happy. They look like they playing for each other, and you don't see the slowdown in their game with someone that likes to pull the ball and isolate. You know, Randall is a great player, and he does a lot of great things for the Knicks. He is our #1 assist guy this year, and that is true. But we played better and have more assists with him in these last couple of games without him on the court. We haven't turned the ball over in the last couple of games. You know, Randall is a high turnover guy, 4 or 5 turnovers a game, and our turnovers are down. We're running up the court. We're getting to our spots. We see that we got shooters on the court now. I'm really on the fence with Randall right now, man. And you know, we see what happens in this off season, man. The way these guys played I mean, yesterday, man, watching the comeback and watching how these guys came down. McBride hit a shot, Grimes hit a shot, Quickly hit a shot. It just, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not sure if I'm ready or if the New York fan base is going to really be ready to see Randall on this court again, the way these guys been playing these last couple of games. And let this be said also, if they come out tomorrow and do some of the same stuff, I think Randall might come back tomorrow. But if he doesn't and they go out and do some of the same stuff that they've been doing for these last couple of games, ooh, man, I feel sorry for Randall, man. No one's gonna want Randall back here next year, man.
And you know what? That's what's so interesting about it, man. You know, because I'm gonna tell you, Obi Toppin changed that whole dilemma. You know what I mean, if Obi Toppin keep doing what he doing the rest of the season, Obi Toppin made that decision easy to be. Here's why, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Facts.
If Obi Toppin do what he doing the rest of this year, I'll take Obi Toppin's that production at the power forward spot and take somebody of Randall's nature and put it at the point guard spot. You know, in other words,
Facts.
get the position of need. If Obi Toppin can give us 8, 15, 17 a game from the power forward spot, and then you get a point guard who's on the creme de la creme level, and I think, you know what I mean, it's, oh my goodness, man. I think now you're talking about, oh my goodness, that's crazy.
One of the big things that I've noticed over these last couple of games is, and I was emphasizing it, I kept saying it, the team is playing together. Multiple double-digit scoring from this guy. Last night, I think it was 6 guys, and Grimes had 9. The night before was 7 guys, and and IQ had 9. These guys are passing the ball. These guys are getting the ball to each other. These guys are scoring, and it's not per se 1 or 2 players that are scoring. It's multiple players that are going out here together, playing for each other, multi-scoring, grabbing rebounds. All these guys are up and grabbing rebounds. All these guys are running up in court, setting to their sets, shooting shots, hitting big shots, and if we could have ran like this maybe 10 games before what we're doing now, we may even have a different record, man. That's hypothetically, that's hyperbole, but who knows what could have happened. And I see these guys, if they keep running the way they're running, I see them winning another 2 or 3 games before a loss. They got like one more big game or something like that. Then we play Washington, one of the teams that is right in front of us again, coming up pretty soon. Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, man, it's tough. I'm so happy for what the team is doing. I'm liking the way these young guys are really coming together. And like you said, Divine, what if we could make a move? It's two things that we have to do this year. If we don't move on from Randall, we may have to move on from Fournier. We need to get rid of one of those bigger contracts out of here so we can bring some pieces back into New York.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Like I said, Randall's a real deal. But it's just it's the Obi Toppin dilemma. If Obi Toppin keep popping like that, you can't keep him on the bench. That dude game is electrifying, man, and he's knocking down that 3-ball the way he's knocking them down 50% the last couple of games, and had a mid-range game going. His athleticism up, and I mean, I don't know how it's going to be hard to keep that on the bench if it's going to be like that. You know what I mean? So what do you do? What do the Knicks do if you're not going to go Randall at the 5 or Obi at the 4? But Obi looked like he's ready to earn 30 minutes a game. You know what I mean, Shot Powers?
Facts.
How do you make that work in a sense of keeping Randall, because somebody's going to be out? And I just think that if the way Obi Toppin playing, it's going to be tough to justify that, man, because the man won his money too. You know what I mean? He got to get paid, Shot Power. So I think we can get a star point guard. Not a star point guard, but I think we can get a point guard on Randall's level. Like even if it's Jalen Brunson, I don't have a problem with that in Obi Toppin. But I think it makes the Knicks stronger than what he had now.
I'm just gonna say this, man. I've been doing some crunching some numbers. I've been doing some who we could keep and how we could pay them and who could do this and who's getting paid right now. And by next year's salary cap, it'll be $150 million, man. And if we really wanted to, we can keep Mitch. We can keep Randall. We can pay RJ this year. We can pay Reddish this year. And all the other guys are already in the salary cap as it is as now. And we would still possibly have I think it was 120. Let's see. Sorry.
Yeah.
We would still have about $30 million before we hit 150, close to about $25 to $30 million, with signing everybody back, with picking up 1 or 2 one-year players, and signing a premier point guard at about somewhere between 22 and $25 million.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. That's definitely doable. I think it's gonna have to be some contract sacrificing, but I think the good thing about it, everything that we seen last night, all on Cats got like rookie deal. They deal like Grimes $2, $3, $4 million. I guess let's hypothetically Brad McBride $2 or $3 million. And Sims, probably like $1 million. Who knows what they get? But to have that type of good talent on that, and you got them for the next 3 or 4 years.
Facts.
I think with RJ doing what he's doing, man, and quickly doing what he's doing, he still got 2 years left on his deal. So they got a lot of good talent, and they're not paying a lot for it because they're on their rookie deals. All they got to do is to go out there and take care of RJ, try to work out something with Cam Reddish back here and get Mitchell Robinson. I really believe you can get Cam Reddish, at least get Cam Reddish and Mitchell Robinson back to the Knicks. I think you can get them back to the Knicks, and with the murders of RJ and quickly and them guys on them rookie deals they got, man, it could be lit in New York next year, man. Because I think that, like I said, the Obi Toppin thing is just tough, man. You know what I mean? Because if the man playing like this, like I said, he gonna want to play. You know, he gonna want to play. You know, and so you know, like I said, the way that boy play. Hey, you know what? If you move Fournier and put Obi at the 3, like I've been saying, who cares? You know what I mean? But the man he gonna have to get 30 minutes a game next year. No way, Obi Toppin gonna play in New York if he keep doing what he's doing at 15 minutes a game. I don't see that.
I don't think so either. I think all right, just Deuce McBride is only making about $1 million next year. Sims is only making about $1 million next year. Obi is about $6 million. IQ will be about about $2.2 million. Grimes $3 million. Randall would be about 26. If we sign Mitch to a $15 million deal, he'll have, about 15 million. We could probably get Reddish at about $15 to $20 million and sign RJ around $30 million. I've been looking. I think RJ would probably instead of taking $36 million, I think RJ. I'm just throwing this out there. This is what I think. I think knowing that RJ got his boy there, and he wants to keep him there, I think he will relinquish a little bit of his money. Instead of getting that 181, I think he'll probably go closer to maybe 30 million. 5 years, that's 150 million or something like that. And he still can make the add-on money, if they give him incentives. I keep saying these incentives things because the same thing with Mitch, man. If you make the All-Star, if you make the second defensive team, first defensive team, if your average stays at this, all these incentives, you can give both these guys five extensions that they can work towards as they play, where they can make an extra $5 million. We make it to the playoffs, we make it to the second round, we make it to the finals, all these extra incentives that you can give them while you pay them a little bit less, but you still give them the incentive to make more money in the year. I think some of these guys will take some of that, take a break. If they want to build this team and have this young team here, I just, it's this summer, man, is going to be something incredible.
Yeah. I will. Already Barrett, the cornerstone of the Knicks franchise. I would. I ain't got no problem with that. That man is on a sin, brother. I'm telling you, 21 years old, doing what he's doing. By the time that man on a sin, I'll give RJ that 150. I would. He just got it for New York. He's what New York needs, and I just think you got to give him his money. Because I think that young man's on the cusp of something. To me, last night, Shaw Powers, to go into Miami, not because of the game, this character issue was so important. The last time you played the Miami Heat, you dropped 46 on them cats. You know what I mean? But that's not what's crazy. He went in there being double teamed all night. You know what I mean? All night. It still wound up with 18, 8, and 4. Didn't shoot the ball perfectly well because that defense was that good. And for him to still do that and still win the game, and with them dudes, man, that you paying for that too. You know what I mean? That it's just that them cats feed off that young man. I think you got to give RJ his money. If you give RJ 30, if Cam Reddish willing to do 17 or something for a couple of years,
50, in between 15 and 20, right? So like 17,
Yep. You do that with Cam Reddish and sign Mitch, and now you got 3 players who can really, really be there, almost like your nucleus, and you only keep dishing out 60 million between 3 of them.
What'd you say it again, Devon?
I was saying if RJ get 30, right? You give, let's say Cam Reddish gets 17. That's 47, and Mitch get 15. That's 62. You got 62 million tied up between three good dudes who are gonna be there for 4 years, 5 years, and like the anchor of that team. Then you go put the other pieces, which you got some there, and put around them and put around RJ and them dudes. And like hypothetically, you go get a SGA or somebody who matches their timeline. That would be nice, man.
Yeah.
And quickly and grind, and you go get a couple of veteran backups, bring Todd back. Man, the Knicks would be nice. I think they could be nice. I think they'd be on that Memphis type thing, man. I really do, because them cats got it down there. So I think they're in a good situation with that, man. It's all depends with the Randall Fournier, how that be going to work itself out. I'm good either way. Randall can get it. I have no problem with Randall, but I do also like the direction that's going with these cats.
Yeah, one of the two has to go, and that would probably. I mean, aside from they may have to let go of Burks, they may have to let go of Noel. I mean, there's no may. They have to get these guys going. They have to. Burks, Kimba, Noel, Rose, Taj may have to come off the books and re-sign with a veteran minimum or something like that. And we have to look and see if we can move Randall or Evan or both, you know. And if we move Evan and Randall, that's 40 million. I mean, that's 30, that's 45 million dollars right there between those two guys. Randall, I think, is 26 this year, and Fournier would be about 19. We could move. I mean, you know, is there so much that could be done this year, man? And you know, and we can't keep one of the veterans if we move Fournier, or if we move Randall. We can keep a Burks, or you know, we could keep Burks, or we could keep Burks and D Rose, you know, but Randall and Fournier, you know, those contracts right there would get us over the hump, and we could pay the guys that we got here already, and get a point guard, and still probably won't even hit that 150 mark, or be very close to that cap space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I think if you can, you could bring, I think the Noel contract, because of Jericho Sims is not needed. Because of Deuce and Bride, to me, Kimball Walker's contract is not needed.
Yeah, they both gone.
It's not needed, and because of Quentin Grimes, to me, I don't think Fournier's contract is needed. That's my personal opinion. Because of Quentin Grimes, I think what Fournier was doing for us, Quentin Grimes could do for us. I mean, that boy can shoot the ball that nice. You know what I mean? So what? And, you know, I think to me, Quentin Grimes makes the Evan Fournier contract expand of me. I just think that you go ahead and move on that. You can get 20. You know what you can do with $20 million like that, man?
Yeah.
You got to add another 9 or 10 with it. You right there at almost at a max play almost. So you know, and that's just what it to me what it is. With, you know, his plus minus and not he don't affect his team like the rest of the other cats do, man. Like I said, Evan Fournier can knock it down and can score, but at the same time, his defense is a liability. So to me, I mean, man, you go get the right cat down there with that money, and or give his money to Cam Reddish. If anything, you say I take Fournier contract and make a Cam Reddish contract. Now you got a young man like that who's going to be around for 4 or 5 years and blend in with everybody else. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, and so to me, if it was Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and Cam Reddish, I think that Cam Reddish, RJ, and you got a point guard that can get it, then you might have to think about that. You know what I mean? So that's especially Randall not going. I definitely do a you know that lineup in a heartbeat. Mitchell Robinson, him, and Cam Reddish and RJ.
Yeah.
That's athleticism around the board right there. And you let's say you plug a Devontae Murray in that spot, or you plug a whoever, a Colin Sexton, whoever it may be. And then now you got a Benjamin McBride, Grimes, Quickly, Jericho Sims, and if Obi still here, is Obi. You got a good team in New York. You just got to get that dude at that one if you're gonna keep Randall. So I do think that I would try to keep Cam Reddish and let the Fournier.
We got a little time with Cam. I think we still can can hold out to
End of the year.
to the end of the
Next year.
year.
Yeah, right. He got an expiring deal, so he still could play out the whole year. Yeah.
Right. So he can, and then they can, they can shoot him or something like that to see where he's at. That's probably what I think they probably do. They'll probably try to keep him, see if he can come back from the shoulder injury, play next year 75 games or something like that, out of 82 games or something like that, and see how is he worth paying him $20 million, 22 million or something like that. I think if he comes back with him coming back and him with Fournier not being, I don't know, if Fournier is not on the starting unit, you got Reddish, RJ, and if we can hold on to Mitch, and if we can move on from Randall, put Obi in there. I think Obi next year. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me, but I think Obi next year is going. He ain't going to dunk one ball all summer. I think he's going to shoot every time he get up. It's going to be shooting 3-pointers. That's going to be basically his whole shooting 3-pointers. He has a good jump shot, so I don't see why he can't develop his 3-point shooting. And if I'm not mistaken, in college he was a okay 3-point shooter.
Hey, well, yeah, absolutely.
So
Good from D.
Something to look forward to, man. If they can move on from Randall and Randall, Kemba, Evan, and the rest of the guys, we see what two veterans we want to keep. If it's D Rose and Burks, I don't think Tibbs wants Burks to go, and I'm pretty sure that Taj and D Rose will be here next year as well.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I think so. For like to me, Kemba Walker and Noel might be the two one interesting ones to me. At least them two I know. But at the same time, though, if they want to take that leap, I do think that either you got to find a way to move. Fournier, nice man. I'm not. Don't get me twisted. He's a veteran. He can knock the ball. He can shoot it. Child power, but I just think it's something in that position that's going to be dynamic. And I just think that Cam Reddish, his athleticism, his defense, his game, his shooting, his inside, outside. I think that young man, you put him in that starting lineup with them boys, man, with RJ and Mitchell Robinson. Like I said, it was Randall or whoever, but that three and that one, I still don't think that we resolved it. We thought we resolved it with him and Kemba Walker. I don't think we resolved the 1 and 3 yet. I think the Knicks still got to go out and fill them two positions right there with the right 1 and 3 this year. Like you said, whether it's a Jalen Brunson or whoever's available who got skills, they need to fill that. And then I think if they can put Cam Reddish in that 3, you got a nice team there for the next 5 years in New York City. Deep, you know what I mean?
Deep with the youngsters, with the youngsters still going on right now, they'll have another about 2 years, before any major contracts will have to probably be renewed or extended or whatever. So you can have, if you sign right now, if you sign Mitch, Reddish, and RJ right now, you'll have those guys for up to the next 5 years, with these young guys for the next 2 to 3 years, coming up. That's a team to build on and grow with and move forward. And to be some exciting things here in New York, man. The major thing this year is to really look for a premier point guard, man, a premier point guard. And let me say this also, even if we may not make a move to do, this year, this may be something that they might wait for to save a little bit of change. They may try next year to put IQ as that starting point guard.
Yep.
They may try to see if he could fit in the off season he'll develop a little bit more skills like he did this year, and come out there and be that point guard that we have out there. Because he really, the fourth quarter yesterday, the way he was running the team, the way he started hitting the shot, he started heating up, and he got everybody else involved into that plus minus. I think it was only two guys that was in the negative, and I think it was real low. I think it was like two or three. One was 2, one was 3, but everybody else, that played yesterday was in the plus, and high pluses 14, 17, 20. You know, running with this team right here, the way they was pushing this pace, man, it was really good to see how they played without Randall this time, without Randall, and the last game without Randall, you know, and I don't know if it was just me. Did anyone else notice how Randall was on the sidelines, really not into it with the crew when they was making the comeback, or wasn't really standing up and looking like a teammate? Like I'm in my house, I'm jumping up and down, I'm yelling and screaming, and I look at a halftime, and this guy is still sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just seeing things that I didn't see. It didn't look like he was really into the game with his team, man. And that was a problem for me yesterday. That's why I'm so hard on him today. I really looked at him. I was like, why this guy ain't even paying attention? He ain't up clapping. You know how people hitting shots and you see the bench up clapping their hands and stuff. I ain't seen none of that from Randall yesterday. Maybe I missed it or something like that. But every time I seen us making an effort to come back and stuff like that, Randall was just sitting there nonchalant, not looking like he was even interested in the game, really. I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
Yeah. You know, it is. It's interesting to me, man. And I look at this. I look at this here, and I'm just going to throw this out there. Let's say you go into the next year, with Obi top number, with Manu Creator starting point guard, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish. If Julius here, then Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. I think that team right there will get us in easy. Now, here's why I say that. You defensive minded at the 1, you defense minded at the 2, you defense minded at the 3, you defense minded at the 4, and you defense minded at the 5. That's Miami Heat defense right there. All 5 of your boys can play defense. Here's the thing, Sha. Your point guard can knock the 3 ball down. Your two guard, RJ can knock the 3 ball down. Cam Reddish can knock the 3 ball down, and Julius Randle can knock the 3 ball down. You know, I mean, so now your defense and your offense is lit, and all of them can put the ball on the floor. In other words, they all can get their own buckets.
Thanks.
Man, listen, you roll quickly in Cam Reddish. That's why I said that if you're going to keep this thing together, I think you got to put Cam Reddish at the 3, 6'8", and Linky can shoot the ball, got athleticism. I just think the Knicks would be good to go. I just think that going into training camp, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
You show highlights of that, Devon, about how Randall was on the sideline?
Yeah, I would
be
running.
I wasn't the only one then, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I ain't the only one that was bugging because
you know what? And so here's the thing: if you move from Randall, imagine what goes in his spot. Whether it's Obi, if you move Randall, let's say Obi take his spot instead of being quickly at the point, it's a creme de la creme dude or middle. You know what I mean? Somebody who got, and you still good. I think the Knicks can go out there and just survey the landscape and see what's out there. Anything that makes sense that's going to blend in with that team. He can 3 it, he could D it, he could pass it. He got length. I mean, like I said, you get that 1 point guard in there, man. It's party over. I just think the Knicks will be that good. I think that athleticism at every spot, bro. Every spot, the boys can get it. They all can knock them down. They all can put the ball on the floor. They all defenders. All of them defenders. That's the championship team that you're gonna start to see the Knicks try to build if they could pull that off. So let's hope Cam Reddish come back right. If you move on from Julius Randle, so be it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That happens in the NBA. Players get moved. Everybody get moved. So it's no big deal. There's a bit of Anthony Davis got moved. This person get moved. It is what it is. Westbrook can move. So to me, much of Julius Randle was the truth, though, I will take Julius Randle's spot if I can get a creme de la creme point guard with his money, and then let Obi ride at the 5. If we gonna play like this, if Obi coming the next season doing what he's doing and knocking down the 3 ball, so you still in good hands.
Yeah.
So oh my God, Obi topping Mitchell Robinson, Obi topping and Cam Reddish front line. I don't have a problem with that. I will not have a problem with that, bro. Obi Toppin, if he playing like he playing now, I mean, if he balling out, and this is what's going to be what he going to do. I'll take Obi Toppin and Cam Reddish and the Mitchell Robinson front line in a minute. Then you got RJ and a point guard who just can go get it. I'm good. I'm good. That's next like a next 5-year thing. So shout out. That shit crazy.
I can see Obi starting and possibly scoring in between 12 to 17 points a night, with about 4 to 6 rebounds a night, with maybe 3 to 5 assists a night. I can see him filling in that spot. I don't think he'll be like a double every night, but I think he can fill in that spot. And the thing that makes it so good is with the way the team is structured, he doesn't have to be a 30-point a night guy. He doesn't have to be a 25-point, 10 rebound, almost similar. Salute, CT.
Salute.
To be out there like that. He doesn't really necessarily have to be that type of player. He has to be that energetic, above the rim type of guy that and I think Obi will be fine if we put him into that spot and we move on from Randall. We got some things that we got a whole lot of things that we have to think about this year, man. And I mean, it's just sitting here to sitting here today when I was home earlier, that's sitting here watching some of the online on YouTube and all this other stuff, checking out the Twitters and all this other stuff. Man, I did a little homework. I there's a couple of places Randall could be moved to. So, watch this off season is going to be so great to watch.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, ACT. I haven't really sat down, man, and really got into the college thing yet for the draft, and so glued in on my Knicks stuff. But
I like Bennett. I like that guy Bennett.
Well, out of the top 4, man, for me, I don't know I don't even know what the Knicks going to do with that pick. That's why I haven't been doing it. Some reason tells me that the Knicks is not going to use this. That's why they probably don't have a problem with winning. I don't know what they're gonna do with the CT. I like my boy Love from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Hey, listen, but I haven't really sat down and just surveyed everybody. Y'all guys probably can tell them more than I can. When it comes to that part of it, I haven't really dove into it yet.
I'm on the same page as you. I mean, I'm watching a little bit of stuff like that. I like the guy Bennett. I can't pronounce his last name, but he looks okay. He looked okay. But I think the only way I think we keep the pick if we're top 4 or 5. If we're I think we're like 9th or 10th now. If we move up to like 4 or 5, I think we'll take the pick. If we stay anywhere below 5 to where we at now, 9, 10, I think it's going to go in the trade. I think it's going to be packaged with somebody to go to somewhere to get somebody. I don't think we keep the trade. I don't think we keep the trade unless it's, I'm gonna say top 4. If it's top 4, I think we keep the trade. If it's under top 4, I think we make a move. I think we move that in a draft.
Yeah, hey, CT, I'm intrigued by that though. CT, I ain't gonna front that. Hey, if he come back and he recover from that injury, I think that you got to watch for that Colin Sexton thing, man. I mean,
I like him.
Yes,
I
sir.
like them.
Man, listen, Colin Sexton and RJ Barrett and oh my God, Karen Reddish. I'm telling you, man. That's why I said somebody contract like that 4-day contract. Somebody you got to move some of that, man. Because you get a cat like Colin Sexton down here who can get it the way he get it, man, and push the ball the way he push it with Obi Toppin and RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Cam Reddish. Man, listen, you got a nice team. I mean, you talking about a straight athletic team. I just love to see the athleticism on our team, man, and they all can get down. So let's see how this thing goes. Salute Fabian, salute my brother, salute. But CT, man, that Cam Reddish thing. I mean, not excuse me, Cam Reddish. I'm going to say that Sexton thing is very interesting. I've been dwelling on that, man, and hopefully he come back from his injury, man, and he ready to get back and resume his NBA career. But if he still got that it in him, he definitely could make it on Broadway. He can make it on Broadway. You know what I mean? So that but yeah, for that pick, I think we move it. I think with all that young talent, the way they playing now, I mean, who can usually actually really come in there and outdo what we got going on right now? You know what I mean? I don't think I think McBride can get it just as good as anybody coming out of college. I think Quentin Grimes to me probably be the next 3-point shooting champion in the NBA. I'm real talk. I think he is. I think in the next 2 or 3 years he enters the 3-point shooting contest in the All-Star game. Book it. That boy shot is lethal. I mean, he knocked down some big threes last night. One to tie the game, one to put us in the front. I was like, yo. I mean, these cats got it. McBride probably the biggest 5 points of the fourth quarter. Come down the corner, knock the three to get it down to 5. To get the 5 down to 3. Go up court, D's up Kyle Lowry, strips the ball, comes down, hit 2, get the Knicks up, and then after that, my man knocking them down. We go up from there. I mean, that shit was impressive, bro. McBride sparked it, and then my man Quentin Grimes started knocking him down, tie it up, and then he hit the 3 to go ahead, and after that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. So that was good to see some fun basketball. Let's hope that thing can keep going, Shot Powell, because I love what I'm seeing now. I'm psyched for tomorrow.
Yeah, and the one thing that I like to see yesterday is how well, even though we put IQ to the line majority of the time in the fourth quarter, but icing on the cake, man, when you have some, they hit foul shots last night, man. They did everything that they needed to do to win the game. They out rebounded Miami. They beat them on the fast break. I think it was they had 13, 14 fast breaks. Miami only had 2. We had more assists. We had less turnovers, and the pace was rocking, man. And they chipped away, and they kept chipping, and then everybody got hot when the ball started moving. At the ball started moving, people start catching the ball, and you just seen it. I seen one shot. It was a shot before they really start breaking away to chip into Miami's league. McBride came down and he shot the ball, and I was like, "Oh, that was going in," and it missed. I said, "Oh," and he came back, and you seen in his eyes, he was like, he had that look in his eye when he came back down. I think that was the steal that came back down, and then they started tearing them down, man. And I was so impressed with what that young crew did yesterday, and I hope we can continue to do. I hope Julius. I seen him out there. They before the game, they showed a clip of him running. I guess on the baseline, up and down to see if he was going to be playing playing yesterday. And he didn't play, and I'm not sure if I want to see Randall come back this year. I'm not sure if I want to see Randall the rest of this year.
Let Randall sit out. Let him sit out. All of them, because you know what they can do. We are. And listen, you know what else is interesting? Shot Powers. Like even with CT saying like the Oklahoma City Thunder, you got SGA, they got Josh Giddey, they got Trey Mann. I mean, they just got it down there. I mean, so who knows what direction they going? I mean, the SGA thing and another one. It's just amazing. If you get this one dude to go in that Knicks point guard spot, that team could turn to be formidable. You know what I mean? And it's amazing. People like guys out there like that could possibly be, because either way it go, OKC, they ain't gonna keep all of them.
Facts.
So do they say, you know what, SGA got his contract because of the emergence of Trey Mann and Josh Giddey and them guys? Do it makes SGA say, well, let's let him go somewhere where he got a quicker opportunity to win, or because it's like amazing. I mean, but it's like SGA, then you put him on the Knicks with R.J. Barrett in the backcourt and Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin. Come on, man. It's like who in the East going to be able to kind of deal with that athleticism and that defense and that shooting? Granted, SGA not an athletic like that, but the skill set. But if you get
he can control a game. He can control a game.
Changed the whole game in New York City, man. So let's hope that it all pans out, man. But I like where we going. I like the game in Miami last night. Shot Powers. That was the best game I've seen all year.
Yeah, that was. I said the game against the Hornets was one of the better games of the year. This game was even better. I put the Hornets game the other day to 2. I had to drop that one down and put this one at 2. And I mean, this was like the second best game that I seen all year. I mean, I'm biased. The first game of the year where we all met up and stuff like that at the Garden, that was the best game, and that'll be one of the best games for this year, no matter what. But to come in second and third after that game right there, yeah, that was a game. That was one of the top five. I mean, that was top three because the game before that, when they played the Hornets, I thought it was one of the better games when they ran up and down and did what they had to do and showed the team if they run pace that they can't be stopped. And they did the same thing against Miami. They in the beginning of the game, it was hard. They was this guy Butler was tearing RJ up a little bit, and it looked at bleak. People were hitting shots that didn't think, but these Knicks, man, these damn Knicks, man, they just turned it around and they just they did what they had to do, man, and I'm happy for them. And I hope Randall sits out the rest of the season. I don't want to see Randall another game. I don't want to see him another game this season.
Mm. Yeah, right. That's a good one, CT. Yeah, man. It's
Mm.
yeah. He said I want to see a 5 or 10 game stretch without IQ. I promise. Without IQ, I promise IQ would never get that spot back. I don't quite understand. I want to see a 5 or 10 game stretch without IQ.
I promise IQ would never get that back. Oh, you talking about if you put McBride and he may be talking about put McBride in IQ spot. Maybe that's what he means.
Yeah, nah.
I'm assuming.
I think IQ is. I can't say enough about that young man. His ability to grow like that. I think he's going to be a good player. He got drive, man. That young man got drive. But like I said, when people got drive, that's all you can ask for. When you put drive with talent, he playing some good ball since January. You can't take nothing from IQ right now. And I think this is what it is. It's all about development, growth and development. You know what I mean? He's got
Second year in the league.
man, and he doing it. It'd be different if he wasn't growing. The man, he having a better season than last year. His assist numbers is up. His defense is better. This cat playing some good ball for the Knicks, man. I mean, woof, that kid is playing
This
good ball.
guy IQ is rebounding the ball. I swear I look sometimes and it seems like he's the only one rebounding. It seems like he got 10, 12, 15 rebounds a game, but he is rebounding better. His assist numbers is better. His assist to turnover ratio is awesome. I think he's 1 to 4 or something like that. His 4 assists to 1 turnover. That is awesome. I mean, and he's only a second year player, man. He's only going to get better. He's going to get better in the off season. He's going to get stronger. You're going to really see his chest poke out more next year. His arms going to be cut up, man. He's going to be something to really watch, man. He may if the Knicks really don't move to get a premier big time point guard, they may hold off. They may hold off and play IQ and see what they could get out of him because they could save $20 million if they put IQ and he could do the same thing as a Sexton or a Brunson or something like that.
Yeah, man. It's I just know right here when the Knicks in a good hand. Whether they got both of them, so it don't matter to me. Quickly and McBride, it ain't really about one better than the other. The Knicks got both of them. You know what I mean? That's what's important. They both on the Knicks, and I think they're in a good spot. McBride, the real deal. He gonna get better. That man, I love his stroke. I love everything about McBride game. Like I said, I'm the one crying for him to play early in the year when Kemba Walker went down. Start him. I think his game his game is that elite on the defense. And when I see them knocking down that 3 ball in the summer league, the last year, rookie year, this year, I see that man knock down 6 threes at the top of the Kings Summer League. I'm like, this cat got a stroke. He had a good stroke. You know what I mean? And now I think that now, with the merger of him and Quickly, man, listen, the Knicks would probably have one of the best benches in the league next year if they wanted to. You know what I mean? If you get a point guard they don't have to put Quickly to start a lineup, shot power. So if Quickly come off the bench with McBride, Grimes. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? And you get somebody in that 3 spot, right there. I don't know if it's gonna coming out of school or you're gonna sign somebody to be the backup 3 that maybe 6'10", 6'10" or something who can get it, defense, rebound, and shoot the 3 ball, a little more length. And then knowing that you got Sims backing up, Sims backing up Mitchell Robinson, you get a 4. Find out who the 4 gonna be, and if you can find you a nice stretch 4, to fill that 4 spot or whatever, man, you in good shape. Young, athletic, talent, defensive minded, can shoot the ball. They on it, man. I don't have a problem with the quickly and grind thing. I think that they're gonna be here. They ain't going nowhere. Quickly will be here and McBride will be here, and I think it's a benefit for the Knicks to have both of them.
I'm 100% with you on that one, and I can see if they were to move IQ in the starting lineup. Look at what the second unit would look like, man. We would have Deuce, we would have Grimes, we'll have Sims. You know what I mean? We would still have a couple of pieces back there, you know, and whoever else we would bring in. If Fournier's still here, then we got Reddish in the second unit. So the second unit by next year, with these guys staying together and playing together, will be just as talented as the first unit. You know, so it's something to watch and see what happens. But my main focus this year, and I hope that the main focus for the Knicks is to see. Not saying that they are. I think I don't think they will, but to see if they could get off of Randall and or Fournier, those 2 big contracts. One of those contracts got to go. You know what I mean? If and what makes it good for Fournier, I mean, not saying good, but what makes it uh, um, easier to move Fournier is the way that he played this year, the way he was shooting this year. He's still hitting the ball. I mean, he still can knock down 3-pointers. His defense looks a little, a little better than I've seen in prior years as I watched him. His assists now in the last couple of games, well, maybe not last night, but I think getting some assists. So you know, his stock is a little high right now. Right now, I think his stock is high. If they can move him, I think they can move Fournier just because of how his stock is, and he's right around where he probably needs to be, around $19 million. I think on some other team, I think they could see his salary being feasible for them to, you know, to add him onto a contract. The downside is Randall is, you know, not that high in the NBA this year. You know, his drop off from his monster last year to this year. I don't know if we could. I mean, he's still a double machine, no doubt about it. And I hope that we can, if we can move him, I hope we can move him to a place where he'll be happy, like a Dallas.
You know what would be interesting too? Here's the 2 scenarios that also might be interesting about Brunson. You could trade Brunson straight up for Fournier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was hypothetical if Dallas was willing to take Fournier. Let's say if Dallas you want to put a shooter with Luka Doncic like having Fournier. You know you're gonna lose Brunson, so you're gonna need somebody to pick up that spot. You can either go that way, or here's another scenario. Derrick Rose uninspiring. Derrick Rose is championship qualified. What I mean is, I can see him on a team with Dallas helping them get in the playoffs and do the thing they want to do next year because they're trying to get there. They're in there now with Luka Doncic and Dinwiddie and all them. Let's say, we do a sign and trade. We take with the mergers of Quickly and McBride. I'm just to keep the team in that young age bracket. I'll see if they want Derrick Rose to go down there. Even you got to give up I'm not a pick or something, a second rounder or something, but the money wise it work, you might have to give up another player because Derrick Rose make $14 million. But you might have to give up somebody else with it. Derrick Rose and Alice Burks, hypothetically, sign a trade for Brunson.
I got a trade for you to go to the Mavericks to get Brunson. We could give up Randall, Noel, Walker, and first and 2 seconds, and we could pick up Brunson, Powell, Green, and Tim Hardaway. And all the money matches up. The money matches up. We get rid of Randall, we get rid of Noel, and we get rid of Walker. We receive Brunson, Hardaway, Powell, and Green, and the Mavericks get their first round for 2023. They get their Mavericks pick that we have back, and we give them 2 second rounds as well. I think that trade would be beautiful.
Yeah, I think the best one for them. I think here's where I think both teams win. Both teams win. Sign and trade Brunson for Julius Randle. That's it. And maybe you give a little compensation here or there. Send Julius Randle to Dallas, and you pick up Brunson. You lose that $5 million on Julius Randle. Put Obi Toppin in there. Go fill a team out with the rest of some cats who can get it, and a backup over there, and that team is good to go. So I think it worked both ways. But if you keep Julius Randle, then to get Brunson, you have to go another route. But the easiest way is to do a sign and trade with Brunson, let Julius Randle go back to Dallas from his home state. Now I think Julius Randle will help Luka Doncic out real well. I think Luka Doncic would love to have somebody like Randle who could do a 20 and 10 every night.
Mm-hmm.
I think Luka Doncic would love to have a Julius Randle on that squad with him. And you got Luka Doncic, him, Dinwiddie. They can fill in whatever piece they want, what they think they need to get better at. And I do think having Jalen Brunson come and play the point, Manuel quickly with Deuce McBride and Grimes, and man, come on. So I think that's just be a good way to go for me.
Yeah, I say that trade as well with Tim Hardaway in it, because we could probably get Tim Hardaway and those other guys and trade them, make another trade with those other 3 guys, Green, Tim Hardaway, and the other guy that I mentioned. I think we could keep Brunson and trade everything else, make another trade with those 3 guys to another team to pick up some more veterans.
Yeah, and the good thing I said, even if you give Brunson 19 or 20, let's say 19, 20, at least his contract is at 80, Julius Randle with 100 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's saving about 27, 30 million off the deal just by, because you're going to want to probably sign Brunson for what, around 20, 19, 20? That maybe that's what he might be commanding. But and if that's the case, you know what, then hey, you got Obi Toppin at the 4. If Obi Toppin doing what he's doing now at the 4 for the Knicks with Brunson, RJ, to me, Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson, man, be straight. I think we good for the next 3 or 4 years. Then, we get to that contention level, then you're going to obviously bring somebody here who's going to just take us over the top. But I don't have a problem with the Brunson thing, though. I really don't. I guess I'm really not under, maybe for I get what you're saying. Obviously now we would have to put another player, had to give us another player or a pick to go with the trade for Brunson. I think you're absolutely right. Julius Randle is worth more than that, but I think Julius to get Brunson would be in that deal. They might have to throw it. Dallas might have had to give us a pick or another player or whatever the case may be, but I'm definitely not under making work, man. Randle's the real deal. I'm not. If we keep Randle, we still get Brunson. We can find a way. I think even if you don't get rid of Randle, you keep putting Brunson at the point guard right now with what we got out there now. I think it'd be much better than what we got now. I think Jalen Brunson can play ball like that. He's a penetrator, short game. You know what I mean? He hit the 3 ball pretty well this year. And when them cats went down, man, he was holding his own with 19 a game. He the fat out player. Villanova dude and national championship dude, pedigree. He know how to get down. Jalen Brunson, he ain't no scrub. You know what I mean? He reminds me of R.J. Barrett. They not how would I say sexy. They're not sexy or athletic and all that, but they get it done though. You know what I mean? They get it done. And like RJ, he ain't no super athletic jumping out the gym doing but he get it done though. So if you do get Jalen Brunson in, you got IQ backing up Jalen Brunson, and you got McBride and Grimes, and I just think that's a good building block right there moving forward for the next 4 or 5 years. You got all them cats in there, man. At least 3. A lot of them coming off their rookie deal. Man, quickly this would be he going into his 3rd year. So you still got a team for the next 3 years that can just have some fun together and shock a lot of people, I think. Especially if you bring Mitchell Robinson back. You know what I mean? So, with Jericho Sims and them cats, man, somebody at the 4 to back up Obi, who might be 6'11", 6'11", stretch 4, and get it popping. No, I think they're good, man.
I mean, don't forget about this guy we just signed. That's probably going to the G League. Uh, what's his name? The 6'8" guy we just got. That's a 6'8", 6'9" guy. Fuller for I forgot his name. The guy we just picked up from the Knicks just made a trade the last couple of days ago, and they brung this guy over to put him in the G League.
Oh, you talking about the one? You talking about Hunt? Hunt?
Hunt,
Yeah, Freemium Hunt. Freemium Hunt.
yeah, there you go, something like that. Yeah, I mean, don't remember that too. He's part of
Mhm.
that thing too. I mean, the chat is where it's at today, man. I'm really reading all these chats.
Yeah.
I understand about Brunson compared to IQ. I mean, I see what people are saying, especially the way he played yesterday.
Mhm.
And that's why I say if the Knicks do not believe that they need to move on to get a point guard, we may see IQ as that starting point guard next year. It,
Yeah.
it is it
Yep.
is possible,
Absolutely. You know what? Not only that, Shop, how he come back better next year.
right? I believe
He's
that
gonna
one
be better
hundred
than he is
percent.
this year. Next year.
Yep, I believe that 100%. So I'm not saying that I would jump now.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if the idea was a Brunson, Sexton, or do we just move IQ into that starting point guard position, I may tend to lean towards keep um, moving IQ into the. But if we're talking about SGA, if we're talking about uh, Murray, if we're talking about players in that caliber, you know, um, we I don't think IQ is not better than those guys yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I think next year. I think next year IQ gonna be ready. You can see he got it in him, bro. He liked the he ain't scared of the big lights. His game. He got a lot of swag in him too. Per se, you see how when he dropped a three, he doesn't engage. He nice like that. I like this dude, man. He didn't have a bad rookie year. You know what I mean? His rookie year wasn't bad. You know what I mean? He came out had about what 4 30-point games. He shot 11 points a game. That's pretty impressive in your rookie year, being a 25th pick. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to, being a little frail. Now he put more weight on. He got his muscle together. Now next year he probably gonna be a little more bigger. He's gonna be more
Hmm.
decisive like that. Because you think about it, that dime he dropped the Quentin Grimes. I mean McBride. No, sorry, McBride in the corner was huge. He quickly looked my man up, bang, hit him with that quick three, and he dropped McBride. McBride dropped that three, which was real. That was the key turning point of the game. So quickly playing good basketball, man. And I'm happy to see that, man. I think the Knicks got. That's why I said the Knicks they got a lot going on down there with that young talent. What they showing Shot Power is kind of changing the way the Nick Brass thinking now. I guarantee you that.
Oh,
Um,
that no doubt. There's
yeah, man.
no.
They were like, oh man, because when I was seeing Scott Perry there last night in the background when Grimes hit that three, him and my man, Scott Perry and another dude, they was a jubilation, bro. I mean, them cats, that coach is set in New York. They really into this stuff, man. Much stuff we hear on the outside that we may think that is locker people don't lock that. You don't players don't like each other. You don't see that when them cats is balling. Yeah, I mean, them cats just be getting it, man. So I got to salute the way that the culture that they putting down there, man. They really go for each other. They root for each other, and I just think they got a lot of talent down there moving into next year. So I'm excited about to see where they gonna go with that.
Yeah, I mean, this off season, man, is going to be something just to sit back, relax, and watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean, Divine and I are probably going to try to get out here as much as possible to try to keep everybody engaged. Make the off season a short off season by putting out great content because there's going to be a lot of stuff out there to to make great content of. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just looking through, like I'm not a big Twitter type of guy, but I've been doing a little sneaking around there and looking at a couple of people's pages and whatever they call them, and the way people talk, it gives you a little, it hypes you up a little bit to see what will happen in this near future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with. with May 4th on that. And that's what I was saying. That if you can move, if you have to move Julius Randle and Evan Fournier, and you think Obi Toppin will eventually, if Obi Toppin is giving what he giving right now next year, and I think he can with the right point guard, even if it's quickly. You know what I mean? He got somebody who will get them the ball. I just think that if you replace Fournier with Cam Reddish, I just think that is that simple. I really do. I think because of you put Cam Reddish in there with Obi Toppin running up and down that floor with R.J. Barrett, and you got a point guard pushing that pace the way they pushing, that's going to be hard to deal with. And all of them can shoot the three ball. So it's like they can run and gun, and they can pull up shooting three. They can put the ball on the floor, go through the holes. I mean, man, come on. I mean, so the Knicks got to think about that, and that's why I think May 4th. And then once you do that, like May 4th said, you go get you some wings. That's why I said maybe a 6'10" backup power forward to Obi, who got a little youth, not youth, but got experience enough to play in the NBA. That
young veteran.
Yeah, I think you get somebody like that 6'10", and then I'll get another backup small forward to play behind Cam Reddish. I think, man, you straight then, because I think you got everything else. So I agree with 100% on that. It's going to be very interesting all season, man. We're going to stay locked in, and I'm trying to bring all the news we can, man, because it's going to be an interesting all season for the Knicks. But I do want to see them finish out these last 8 strong, and enjoy the process, and let these young boys keep getting the shot powers, because I think we got some these next 15 games gonna make the season feel like it was worth everything. But I think they keep their weight playing.
Yeah, I mean, the two veterans that we have on our team right now, aside from the Burks and the Kimbers, the two with the biggest contracts, we have to try to move on from one of them or both of them, I believe. And Evan Fournier or Julius Randle, with even I don't think that we'll probably make a move for Julius Randle, but I think we may see some type of move with Evan Fournier. Him with a pick can make it somewhere and bring us something back, something nice. So this summer, boy, I tell you, this summer's gonna be something to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Because listen, I think Quentin Grimes changes the game for Evan Fournier.
Facts. He sure does.
Basically, for me, that's what it all boiled down to. Quentin Grimes makes Evan Fournier expendable, and because Quentin Grimes can do that on both sides of the ball at a high level. He can shoot the three at a high level. He can defend at a high level. That changes the game. You saying, "Damn, I got this cat for only 3 or 4 or 5 million. I'm giving him 19." But I think if I put him in that spot, we'd be better defensively, and he could knock the three down. I think he will win the 3-point shooting contest in the NBA one year, man. I'm telling you, that's how good that boy's stroke is. That shit is butter. I mean. So I do think that that makes Evan Fournier contract kind of okay. You know what? We can put him in there and build on that and get somebody else. I think it's a good goal to me.
Back Burks. Right.
Yeah, it's so tough. I agree with you, but it's tough, man. They come a dime a dozen, though. You know what I mean? That's what's so interesting. That's the only reason I want Fournier out now, because look at Grimes. I mean, literally, they come a dime. Grimes shoot the ball like Fournier do when he on. So I think But to me, I just want somebody who, if I'm going to get that much money too, they gotta do it on both sides of the ball. I mean, to pay 18, 20 million for a shooter when you probably could pay $7 million for one, who probably could do that when they on. You know what I'm saying? Or 10 million. So that's what, like Reggie Bullock, he might not have shot at that high clip, but he gave you both sides of the ball. And I think that, like, you look at Evan Fournier last night, his defense don't justify that shooting. Not like that. His defense is not there, bro. And every time when they took him out the game, you put the defense-minded players in. He don't have the defensive energy. He tries. He gets steals here and there every now and then, but he's 9 out of 10. I think his defense is more under average and above average. I don't think he's an average defender. I think he's below average defender. That's what I'm trying to say. So somebody like Quentin Grimes, who's an above average defender and can shoot the three ball like him. I think the plus minuses to me would be different. I think the pluses would be more on Quentin Grimes' side than it would be on Evan Fournier's side. Because 9 out of 10, Quentin Grimes' man is not going to go off on him like that. So, and Fournier, man, will go off on him like that. So, to me, But Quentin Grimes is pluses is better because I think he affects the game more than Evan Fournier for the Knicks, and it showed last night. That's why he wasn't in the game. You know what I mean? Because look at those 3-point shots that Quentin Grimes knocked out. That was clutch in the clutch time. 3 to put us up, tied up, and 3 to put us up. So I mean, that was clutch, bro. I mean, and that boy got a heart like that to do that on the road in a hostile environment with the confidence to knock it down from deep too. I mean, that to me changes the game for Evan Fournier.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it hypothetically, like moving, I don't think Evan Fournier is ready to come off the bench. I don't think he thinks that he's not a starter. I think he still think he can come into the league and play starting minutes on any team right now. So I don't know if he'll come off the bench, and putting him on the bench would shorten up Deuce or Grimes playing time as well. So I think if we don't move on from Randall, I believe that Burks, Fournier. I mean, I don't even. I think I hate to say this out loud, but if the choice was to move Burks or move Fournier, I think the Knicks will move Fournier before they move Burks. I think. I don't know, Mr. B, man, Burks, man. I think he got to. I don't think he'll be here to that end of that contract. I don't think. I mean, he may go to. We may need him to go just to make. To get some money to get some of these other guys, but um,
Facts.
we need to get some people. We need to move some people, man,
Yeah,
in the worst way.
I'm with Keith Turner. Um, Quickly at the one, RJ and Cam Reddish at the 3. It does change. That changed. I mean, listen, that's some athleticism. That's the even quickly got them linky arms. He might not be super tall, but he got his wingspan is good. So now you got RJ and Cam Reddish 6'7", 6'8". I mean, man, and all of them can shoot the ball. All can go downhill. It's just like, yo, come on. You putting so much pressure on other defenses to contain these guys because they all can go down there. It ain't like they just jump shooters. That's what and see Fournier, he good at manipulating the dribble, getting in there, but these cats can go down there and throw it on him. You know what I mean? I mean, they quickly with the floater, or him and Cam Reddish, they downhill, and they all can shoot back and shoot the 3, and they're athletic. I just think that's awesome right there, man. And then knowing that you got guys like when I put up McBride and Grimes, man, listen, the Knicks are straight. They straight. They just got to make the right move. But I do think here's another thing with the Evan Fournier contract. Evan Fournier might cause you to lose Cam Reddish.
Facts.
His contract might cause you to lose Cam Reddish and lose Mitch, because that $19 million just for what he good. But last night when you see what happened when you got a defense like Miami get up on that 3-point shot, you know what I mean? Last night Evan Fournier shot 2 for 11. He had 7 points. You know what I mean? That's not see, and then you can't get on RJ when he don't have a game like that. But Fournier had a game like because you know what? 10 years, 19 million. You're supposed to drop that every night. You can't come out here with 7 points. But I understand we didn't need him that much but his defense is the reason why this happened. So I do think that Quentin Grimes got that, man. Let Quentin Grimes roll with that. Let that man Quentin Grimes he's a 15-point scorer easy next year for the Knicks. I think he's that lethal, and I think people underestimate his getting in the lane game when it's on. So I think that's why I'm so happy about these next 8-9 games. You know what I mean? Salute, be civilized, salute. That's what I'm happy about the next 9 games, shot that you get to see all this stuff, man. And let these cats show and prove. So when it's time for the season to be over, they know they're gonna walk out that exit meeting feeling good about coming back to training camp next year. You know what I mean? So let's hope that, because I really like what I'm seeing in New York for sure. But I do think that we got to get one of them boys contract of the books. No Mitchell Robinson's going to be hard, and like I said, RJ extension going to be hard. If you want Cam Reddish, got to be here. I have no problem moving on for Alice Burks, Derrick Rose, all of them. To get the right to go with this squad we got here. You got to the Knicks front office better capitalize off this, Sean Powers.
Yeah, I mean, we how we keep saying and we keep mentioning. Let me pull my little book out over here again. We move we move. Hold on. We move Burks, Kimba, Evan, Noel, Rose, Taj. We get up to about $70 million plus Noel. I mean Noah's $6 million and that $1 million for the deal with Cam Reddish and the $1 million deal that we did with the Lakers that we got. That's another $8 million. That's $78 million right there. You
Yep.
know, and that's still keeping with the $78 million. That still keeps Randall, RJ, Grimes, Reddish, IQ, OB, Sims, and Deuce. You know, only one that's not in the mix right now is Mitch. You know, we move that $70 million. We could pay Mitch. We could pay Grimes. I mean, we could pay Reddish. We could pay RJ, and we'll still be under the cap. You know, we'll still be under the cap with that money. With next year's cap money will be $150 million. With Grimes, with Deuce, all those small contracts with the young guys that we got, we still got them for like about 3 to 4 years. We got 1 million hit with Deuce, 1 million with Sims, 2 million with IQ. You know, those contracts will be good for the short term that we'll have him for the next 2 years. Deuce next year will be his third year in the league. We can still have him and won't have to do anything with him until 2023, 24.
Deuce will be his second year next year.
Right. No, this is the second year. I mean, not Deuce. I mean, IQ. Sorry, IQ.
Yeah,
IQ.
okay.
IQ will be his third year.
They got a good situation there, though. It's that good. You move some of the contracts you talk about, you get more. You can get more athletic, get a little bit more younger. You can get a little, you can get cats who fit the timeline, and you can go out there and snap. And I think out of all them veterans, I kid you not, you usually get all that. I will bring back Taj Gibson. Bring back Taj Gibson, and let everybody else go. Because I do think that, man, that Rose contract, the Noel, like I said, man, if you can get them contracts off the books, and you going in and give RJ his money, give Mitch his money, and give Cam Reddish his money. They're the first three things you do to me. Give them three guys their money. Now you got that whole 10 core locked up for the next so many years. Just about your whole core. Jericho Sims, Mitchell Robinson, Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, and we're gonna have to pay Obi in a year or two, whatever. You got Grimes, you got all these guys are still here. You know what I mean? Young dudes, quickly, Grimes, McBride, Sims. I mean, it goes on. RJ, not Randall. I'm gonna say Robinson. You got a nice squad that could really bang for the next 3 or 4 years. And you put the right couple of pieces in there with them, and off that bench, like I said, you get a backup four to Obi, somebody who can go out there and get buckets, might be a little bit more experienced, might not cost you that much. Damn, man, I think I'm laughing. I'm for Carmelo Anthony, somebody of that nature. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Carmelo Anthony. Say if you go out, you got them boys playing, and you got Carmelo Anthony there with them dudes, hypothetically. Then you got that 3 spot. You go get somebody to play at the 3 spot. That's about 6'7", 6'8" to back up Cam Reddish, who might be on the kind of line like a expensive deal, and throw some savvy backup small forward in that spot right there with Carmelo and McBride and Grimes. Man, that's defense and deadly shooting. You know what I mean? And then you get somebody to go in that 4-3 spot, whatever. I mean, then you got a team that's going to be right there for us saying, you know what? We definitely getting up in the first round and maybe going to the second this year. The next year they get better. The next thing you know, by then, cats they be lit, man. Shot power. So I do think that they're in a good situation because they went down and turned the heat up about what they waited them to play last night. That's the Knicks moving forward right there. Shot power. That's the way they should. That's the Knicks moving forward. So I really think they be in a good spot when it comes to these Knicks, man. I'm excited about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I just see this. I haven't seen, like, I'll say it again, man. I said it once, I'll say it again. I haven't seen a young crew like this in New York in years.
Mm-hmm.
With the way these guys are right now, we got like 6, 7 guys that's like under 26 years old. But we're primed for the next 5 years with this style of team that we have right now. Only thing they're gonna do is get better. They're gonna grow together. They're gonna know each other better. So the way you move forward is by knowing your teammates and growing together. And with these guys growing together, they're all around the same age, so they do about the same things. They playing the same type of games, and they're joking. Their jokes are all the same. They use the same words and the same language together and stuff like that. So the thing that's going to make them better is time together. And with the time together, they're just going to get better. And I just see maybe one or two little things we could fill in this year. I say this year. I'm really big on Murray, SGA, and all these guys. And if we can't get them this year, I'm not so sure now. And maybe it's just the way IQ has been playing for these last couple of games, last 10 games or so. But if we're looking to get Brunson or Sexton or start IQ, I think I'm more on the lines of start IQ as that point guard, that guard. Let's not say point guard, because he's just a facilitating style guard. He's more of a shooting guard, but he's playing a point guard's role now. I think I would be more into letting him play next year than to pay Brunson or Saxon that $20 million, and take that money instead of getting Brunson or Sexton, and pay Mitch, pay Reddish, and make sure RJ gets a nice chunk of that $81 million.
Yeah. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all got it popping up there as always, man. GT, my brother, the streets of buzzing. Salute. Jarvis, LaFleur, Louisiana, in the building. Frank Matos is at the game last night. I know he enjoyed that game. Frank, I know you had been psyched about that one, man, being in the building for that. So I'm glad you got to go on that night. Frank Matos representing Knicks Real Talk and the Knicks down in South Beach. We appreciate you, my brother. Salute May 4th. Salute to the whole chat, man, everybody, man. We here, man. Knicks post game, Knicks follow up. Knicks went down to Miami. Like I said, man, the young cats, man, they was on it, man. The young and the restless, my brother. Young and the restless, they hit the heat, man. They wasn't playing last night. Manuel Quickly was in his bag last night. Quentin Grimes knocked it down, made the 3-pointers. Deuce McBride probably two buckets, but the biggest 5 points of the game to me, almost. Mitchell Robinson, limited minutes, came in, still 11-7. Jericho Sims, great rebounding, man. To kick that ball out to Grimes to tie that game up. It just, they was all over, man. I can't say enough about them dudes, man. Alex Burks first quarter knocked down 3 threes, but 20 didn't have it. But them young boys was coming out to play last night, and that place was electric. I'm talking about when I was watching the Knicks bench and I was looking in the back, watching Scott Perry and them, watching them cats jump around like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, that shit gave me kind of goosebumps. I'm like,
that's what I was saying.
Man, it is crazy. So real talk, they were doing it last night, Shot Powers. That was nice.
I mean, that's exactly what I want. And you said the same thing, like how I felt last night. I see all these guys jumping around. I see I can't remember the guy that travels with the team that does I don't want to say does their laundry, but I forgot his name, man. Yeah, and all these guys are up, jumping around, clapping, going crazy and stuff like that. And Julius Randle sitting right there on the bench doing nothing, man. I was upset at that. I was more upset. That was the most upsetting thing for the night for me. I'm looking and I'm seeing everybody clapping and jumping and really rallying for their team, and Julius is sitting there with his arm on the other bench. That's looking like he didn't even know what the score. If you asked him what the score was, he didn't know.
Yeah, I seen him jump at one time. Oh man, tied that game up. That's about it. I seen him do it.
Yeah, I missed that one then.
Yeah, that was at the end of the game. That's about it. But man, even though, man, that game was a jubilant, man. It really was, man. That was real interesting, man. Yeah, man. The Deuce is the real deal. I'm telling you. That play on Kyle Lowry was huge. I mean, to me, the play was when Amanda quickly swung on that swung on that pass in that corner. He knocked down that 3-point shot to get it down to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then he come down there and D's up Kyle Lowry, strips, runs down court, get the 2-point bucket, 3-point game. Then Grimes knocks down a 3, ties it up. Then he go ahead with a 3. If that ain't gut and gritty right there, I don't know what to tell you. that's what I mean. See, that's what I'm saying about it's tough when you got guys who can defend like these guys do and can shoot like them, and they got all that energy. That's why the Knicks is playing the way they're playing, because the energy these guys got is unbelievable. I'm like, man, he kept running up and down the floor with old man Todd in the baseline. I'm like, yo, these cats is crazy. And quickly with all that speed, see, Fournier and they can't keep up with him. That's why I say he is expendable. You need to put Cam Reddish at the 3 for the Knicks. If Knicks want to have a real team that can compete with a lot of teams in the NBA, put them athletic boys down there. Get Cam Reddish a 3 spot. Get some athleticism. See, like my man is not athletic, so he good, but he's not athletic. Fournier, and the cats can out jump him, they can out speed him, they can out power when they want to, but because they're young and they got energy, man. The Knicks got to go get that young energy with that height, man. I think they'd be good to go, man. Because we got some nice talent down here in New York City, Shaw Powers, and I just think they should be going in that direction now. To bring a couple of guys to fit in that can do what they do. Like the Memphis Grizzlies. That's what I think the Knicks should be on, that Memphis Grizzlies thing. You know what I mean? John Morant, Desmond Bain, Julian Jackson Jr., what's my man name? Brandon Clark, Dalen Brooks.
That young,
young talent, young
veterans, yeah.
And I think we got that right now in our team. We just got to fill it in with a couple of guys, man. But only thing I think our team, we got shooters on our team. It's impressive what the Knicks can quickly can shoot the ball. Grimes can shoot the ball. RJ can shoot the ball. Randall can shoot the ball when they on. We just got some good shooters down there. Alex Burks can shoot it. So you just got to replace that, bring that same shooting back with more athleticism, and get a couple more wings who got a little bit more height and got speed. Knicks will kill a lot of teams, man. They kill a lot of teams, man, because they outrun the mess out of some of these people. So that's what showed me last night, Chop Howard. That up and down game was ridiculous. That pass, my man Evan Fournier threw that Obi Toppin for that dunk, for the finger roll. I meant to say, how he dimed that. Evan Fournier dimed that pass. Boom. Obi Toppin was already. Obi Toppin gonna get 6 or 7 or 8 points a night just by running alone.
Exactly. That athleticism that he does, man, is something. I don't think he could go down there and grab the ball all the time. I don't think he'll be a Knicks bruiser, but if you don't leak out, if we grab a rebound, don't let him leak out, because if he leak out, it's a wrap, man. He's gonna go down there, and ain't too many people gonna go down there and try to stop him from dunking. So he leaks out, he can get 6-8 points easily that way, man. And his head is always up, man. His eyes are always open, and if he goes in this offseason this year and really rectifies the way he started shooting out his 3-pointer this year and comes through and shoots 35-36% this year, 3-pointers, man, that it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I think you will see. I think next year you will see Obi Toppin. I'm gonna mark my word. I think Obi will be up to 15 to 17 a game next year, because I think that with the change of guard, with that point guard, if he get in that start line, I mean, he got more minutes. You know what I mean? Now he get more minutes. I think Obi Toppin with the Knicks running the pace, he's gonna get easy buckets up in transition. Then if he start knocking down that 3 ball the way he's knocking it down, he getting 2 a game, 3 a game. A couple of drives here and there. Obi easily be at 17 a game. I think he's the kid that talented. So I'm thank God that Julius Randle had a quad injury. He got to really show it. Even before that, he started playing a little more. But I think Obi Toppin can get you 17 a game. And Julius Randle, the reason why I say Julius Randle's his position is expendable, because now you go get a point guard that you need down there. And that's it. You know what I mean? Get a 20-point point guard. You got Julius Randle's numbers and 17 from Obi, opposed to Julius Randle numbers in Alex Burks or Kemba Walker's. Now you getting Julius numbers at the 1, and you getting our point guard number this year. Now even better with Toppin, what he doing at the 4. So you made the team better. You just switched positions. I ain't got no problem with that whatsoever. I kid you not, man. Especially if it's gonna bring the right dude up here. But so salute to the chat, man. Be civilized. Good to see you, my brother. Real talk. I'm glad to know you up here. That means I know you well when I know you in the chat, man. So appreciate you, man. Glad you in. I'm glad to know that you well, though. That's what's up. To the rest of the chat, man. We in here, man. Nick's Real Talk. Nick follow up, man. The post game, you already know. Knicks went down to Miami. Like I said, man, the young brother, the young and the wrestler, defeated the Heat. It was in their bag last night. Great win for the Knicks. Moving forward, we get ready to go to Detroit. But it was good to see. Good basketball. Best game of the year for me besides being in the Garden with you brothers on opening night. But other game-wise, that was the best game of the year for me. To beat somebody who we used to be fighting claws, fighting coach, fighting on the floor back in the 90s, cats throwing punches. Allen Houston with the big finger roll down at the end of the man. So to go in Miami after all that rivalry from Medicine, Lonzo Mourning and all these cats, and my man and them young boy come out of that joint, man, winning that game. Allen Houston right there, cited for him, because that's where he made the big shot at. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's bigger than last night. It's big. It's this rivalry stuff here. You know what I mean? The Heat had our number for a minute. But we came out there and did our thing, man. And they reeling right now. I guess Tyler Hero must be that important or something, because the Heat lost tonight as well. They lost 4 in a row. But we definitely went down there and gave it to them last night. Great grit, man. That defense, the New York City Gritty Committee, that was them last night. They played gritty last night. So I can't affront about that. Yes, sir, my brother. That's indeed true indeed. It was good to see. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to next year already. Believe it or not, how much I want to see these guys play the next 8 games. I'm looking forward to the summer. New York will be interesting. They got a lot of places they can go shop powers, a lot of places. But I mean by that, it's going up too. I think the New York Knicks, this team, to me, is on an up climb, man, an upswing. I just think they a couple of pieces away in the right moves and gel in the right chemistry. And now that you can see what these young guys can do for the rest of the year, your game plan gonna be so different going to the offseason, man. All I gotta do is this, and this, and be good. So let's see, man. Let's keep this thing. Hopefully, the front office, Leon Rose, Scott Perry, gonna make some good decisions just to revamp this thing a little bit. They ain't got to do too much tweaking. They got to tweak it, but not a lot, though. But
facts.
They ain't got to tweak the whole thing. They just got to tweak it a little bit. They ain't got to do too much. They got 10 players I know already right now could be come back here. 10 of them. You know what I mean? That should be back here next year. So you go and deal with the other 5 positions and bring some creme de la creme talent. You never know. You know what? I took it as somebody who, Jarvis, probably just frustrated about, the way things going, maybe the way the season went, and, in every move that get made, somebody's just, which we got a right to do. I don't think about that. That they nitpicking about it. You know what I mean? But they not in the inside. We're doing the things that they doing, studying film and practice and seeing what the guys are really doing. In the gym and all that and stuff. So he probably was venting about that in the media, but I don't know. It don't bother me one bit whatsoever. You know what I mean? I'm glad to see that he brought some passion, some energy about that to me. Because if he don't do it, that means he might not care. So for him to, even if he was wrong, he showed that he cared. He feel like, listen, everybody critiquing the team, blah blah blah, doing this and this guy. So I get it. This New York City, just to me, the Tibbs been here before. Tibbs did this back in the 90s. He ain't new to this. So I ain't sweating it because he ain't new to it. What he did to me showed me that, hey, he got passion as a coach. People been getting me on me about playing players, this and that. So, he like, listen, I appreciate the man who's staying on his own square and do what he got to do. If he feel like he need to let that know because it affected the team some way that he might want to address it. Like, we think these guys don't want these guys to play. This guy might think they don't see it like that where he at. So he probably just saying, it might affect the team. Other than that, shout out Jarvis, I didn't make no big deal of it. It's just my opinion that's all the way I think it was. He got I guess I want to voice himself, get his stuff out there, Child Powers, but I don't take nothing where some detrifying. Tom Thibodeau is one of he didn't do this thing for us, man. And he ain't perfect neither, but he a damn good coach. Or he ain't perfect. He make mistakes like everybody else. He might be stubborn, but the man can coach basketball. He's been coaching his whole life. The man won coach of the year before. It's just that a bad year brings out a lot of this stuff, but a lot of things that we wish he would have did different with the young guys. I agree, but other than that, I ain't got a problem with Tom Thibodeau because he definitely got us to 41 wins last year. We ain't been in the playoffs in 8-9 years. Whatever, he got us there, man. That's enough. That counts for something. Off year, no off year. Everybody went through the off year, so it doesn't matter. The Knicks ain't the only one that played in the COVID year. Everybody played in the COVID year. So it was all still equal game no matter what. And I think he did a good job of what he did, man. And I think the interview this year, coming out of the gate with signing the Kemba Walker, I just think that it backfired a little bit because the moves didn't work out. The Kemba Walker thing didn't work out. He had to take a hit on his roster, because if you expect Kemba Walker to be a certain way and you don't have him, that makes your roster get more weaker. You know what I mean? Now your roster's not better than it was because Kemba Walker didn't do what he did. So when he came in and that happened, then the roster wasn't good. It got. I wouldn't say it wasn't good. It got a little weaker because that prior position that you thought you brought him in here for didn't pan out. And then now you had to go to this guy, and then Derrick Rose. You lose Derrick Rose. That's a big hit, 13 points a game off the bench. So now you're losing Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose at 15 a game, 13 a game. Well, that's 28 points off your team. Then you got Noel, who 8 points, 2 blocks, good defense. I mean, he lost a lot of points. So when the people that we brought in, it made the team weaker, man. And that's why I don't put it all on him. And I understand how he feels, though. I really do, because it's just tough shop house when you lose. No matter, not only Knicks, anybody. When you lose your players, man, you're losing talent off your team. If you don't got a lot of good talent to replace that talent, your team ain't gonna be good as it would have been if you had it. So I just think that would have boiled down to me.
Yeah, that's definitely the big part of this whole season, man. If I think if Noel would have been a little bit more healthier, we'd have been a little better. And I think if we wouldn't have lost D Rose when we did, I think we wouldn't be in the same predicament that we are in right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is. It's a lot playing to it, man. It's New York City, man. This the media world, man. Everybody, and we on here. You know what I mean? Everybody got opinions about and about sport, because we be passionate fans, and we like to to talk about our team. So I mean, I think he know how it is. Tim know this is, you're gonna get scrutiny left and right, and whether it's fair or unfair, you're gonna get it. You can't avoid it. It's New York City. It's the tri-state. It's the world. The people watch New York. New York is the epicenter of this stuff. Now he happened to be coaching in the epicenter of all this stuff. You know what I mean? And like I said, we got some wide, knowledgeable fans. They know just as much basketball. Tiz probably knows some of us. You know what I mean? Not me, but coaching wise. And and so he probably just hearing it, man. I didn't take it too much of it. You know what I mean? I didn't take too much of it. Let's hope that it sparks something. So, but I do also think that he was also looking out for his players, in the sense that our season might not be what it is. And I take the heat, but we still the Knicks, and we still a good basketball team. We just, things haven't went our way, but it is what it is. It's the media. They got to be a part of this thing. They got to be part of it. Without them, then we don't know what the Knicks doing. So he, like any other coach, and the media get on about something, he just want to snap back. But some of the stuff was valid, though. So it is what it is. Take your strike, take your beatings, and move on, man.
Thanks.
Take the beatings and move on. That's it, and that's what's gonna happen. Tibbs put himself in a situation where he's gonna get a beating from us just because of what he said for most people. But I don't pay no mind. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you just you brush it off your shoulder and you move on, man. What else can you do, man? I'm not mad at Tibbs this year. Some of the situations that he put us in, yeah, I was a little perturbed about how he runs his rotation sometimes. Yeah, I think he could have did something different, but who am I to say anything about how to run a team? And I never ran a team before, so Tibbs doing what he's doing, and he's looking good now with this young team. I mean, this is probably because he has to, but he's looking good where he's making the substitutions now. With Randall not being in there, he's not he's not he's running people out there. He's putting people into positions, and he got a killer little crew that he got out there right now, man. This young team right now, man, that he's running. They are running pace. All I've been talking about all year is pace. And the last couple of games, man, nothing but pace all night long, man. So I'm happy to see the way it's going. And I'm waiting to see what happens tomorrow at 3:30. What is it, 3:30 tomorrow, something like that?
3:30. Yeah,
Yeah,
after Detroit next 3:30. Yeah, at Motor City. Yeah, man. He gets his stripes every now and then. Everybody goes through it. He ain't perfect. He ain't no perfect coach, but man, like I said, you compared to all the coaches we had since Mike Woodson left, I mean, Tibbs night and day over all of them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but we always gonna want better. You know what I mean? But I think right now, for 2 years he's been there. He got us the way he got us last year, man. And because a lot of things went on this year, like nobody like to lose. Knicks losing, but when you're losing, it just everything gonna be magnified and everything. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It comes with the territory, but I don't got a problem with Coach Thibodeau. He got now that he know that he got to go into the salute to my brother D Cool, salute D Cool. He this might could have been a learning process for him too. You know what I mean? Shot Powers, you never too old to learn something. Maybe he got to sit back and look at, well, if I would have did this different, I would have did that different. But own it, own it. That's all. Just own it. And I
Yeah,
think he will.
I think so too, because I think this year, I don't know, maybe I think Tibbs is more of a win now coach, and the team that he had this year was more of a they look like a more rebuilding style team. So he's weathered the storm. He's, like I said, he some of his substitutions sometimes it drives me crazy. Sometimes he implements people when he takes people out when they're hot, and he implements players that are they're veterans that are sitting on the bench and they're cold. I mean, he's done some things this year that I haven't been super duper happy about, but all in all, I'm gonna ride with Tibbs because he's a New York Knicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And granted, some guys, like, here's the thing. Let's be honest now. Some guys was ready, some was not. But you still got to kind of, it's a tough decision being a coach when you're trying to win. You're trying to win, and at the same time you want to give guys a lengthy opportunity to develop. It's just hard to do that because you kind of sacrificing one for the other. You know what I mean? Especially if it's going to take them 4 or 5 games to finally get in the groove. But in 4 or 5 games, you might be lost 4 or 5 too. You know what I mean? So but I think I think what I would like to see Tim do better this year was when one of the young guys was on, you should have let him stay on. You know what I mean? Even though you got veterans, if somebody was playing good basketball, they had it popping. I think the way Fournier was playing early in the year was worth letting him sit the rest of the game and let the young boy, because he's having a good game, keep him in there and let him, just play. You know what I mean? So if he lost anyway, it wouldn't have mattered to me. But I think that I think he got a strong head coach. Tibbs over 600. He got over 120 something winning percentage in the NBA. Coach. He played on some good teams, coached some tough teams. Brought a lot of them with him. Listen. Derrick Rose. Young played them. All them guys, man. So he's doing the right thing, man. It's that his moves might be suspect, kind of shot power sometime, but like I say, ain't nobody perfect though. But he the best coach we had since I'll tell you that much. He the best coach we had since
Woodson.
Mike Woodson. Yeah, real talk. Let's see if we have a bounce back year. He got some good talent to work with. Let's see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I believe this year he's going to get a team that he could work with a little better than the team that he had this year. I'm not 100% sure that he really wanted Fournier, but I know he didn't want Kemba. I mean, there was things out there saying that Kemba wasn't his style of point guard. And as we all know, when we first started this year, when they signed Burks back and made all these things, we wanted to see a point guard and we didn't get one. And I think Kimba was like a D-E on that A, B, and C thing. I think he was the D part of, well, this is what we got left. Let's see what we could do with Kimba. Let's try to get him and see what he could do for this year.
Yeah, and like I said, it's important, man, to realize, like, even just missing what you thought he was gonna do for the team. You know, even you didn't have that. And that was, you signed that player to make this team better. You understand what I'm saying, Shot Powers? You signed Kemba Walker. You thought Kemba Walker would make the Knicks better. So being that he didn't get to really do nothing until the team didn't get better, almost because he didn't get better. He wasn't there to make us better. So that's a big loss for us, man. And and like I said, you took away some talent. You took away a talent that you were going to depend on coming into the season, not even being there. And that goes for Nerlens Noel. You signed the guy who you thought was going to be a part of this team that wasn't there, and that's a big loss. You know what I mean? And so from that standpoint, that's the only reason why we probably make the playoffs is just because I think certain things happen that just didn't bode well for the team and the organization this year. I think Kemba Walker and Nerlens Noel was two of the bigger ones to me. I think the absence of Derrick Rose was another one. I think that changed the outlook of what we could do this year, for sure.
Yeah, it changed up a whole lineup this year. Once Derrick Rose went out, and that really pushed Alec Burks into a position. I'm not gonna beat down on Mr. B, man. That's my guy right there, man. But this year he played a position that he really doesn't really play. and at some parts of the game he looked it pretty good. But one thing that Alec Burks did this year is that he elevated his game. He's a little higher on assists this year and a little bit higher on rebounding this year. And his defense was top notch this year. That I can't say about Mr. Burks.
Yeah, yeah. He played the point guard thing pretty well, but he missing a. I think earlier he was missing the assist part of it. You know, you never worry about it off of the game. I think when he first started doing it, he wasn't getting enough assists, like you said. And many times he would miss these guys. I'm like, man, Bruce, I know you're a scorer, so you think first. You know, and that's because that's what he is. That's what he used to be. And when I get the ball, I'm knocking him down, and then I'm shooting. And you know, throw him into the cusp of being a point guard, where his mentality is to think first. I mean, to shoot first. Sometimes his mind is on scoring. He didn't see Mitchell and a lot of these guys in a position that he could have threw the ball to him. But anyway, he had a good year overall, though. Yeah, he had a good year overall. I think now he's getting a little better. But we're looking forward to next year, man. See what we're gonna do, Shop House. I think we're gonna be good, though. I think Knicks is good. We're in good hands with this young talent we got in New York City.
Yeah, I think we're gonna fair weather. I think we're gonna weather the storm. I mean, we may not make this play in this year. It's looking real bleak. There's still a lot of, a couple of games left. Anything can happen, but to see what happened with this young crew that we got right now and see where we can go from here for the next year. I just hope that they can win the rest of these games out, make a strong push for this off season, and go into the off season on a winning note. So this way, when they come in next year, they'll be more motivated to want to get better and do better things.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, I think the future looks real bright. The future looks strong in New York, man. I'm really excited about this thing, man. I really believe that, man. We got some nice young talent. We got 10 guys, like I said, that literally should be back off this team just because of who they are and what they could do. And I think that we're gonna have to make some wheel and deal a couple of things here and there. But I really do believe Knicks come back next year a better team next year, just by what they went through this year, the adversity, the peaks and valleys of going through the things that you went through, COVID, injured players, this and that, bad game turnovers, maybe. We lost 10 games just from free throw shooting. You know what I mean? Literally,
Facts.
this is not a bad team.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I can say we lost about 10 games this year just off of free throws. You know what I mean? And then when you throw in, you might your high turnovers every some time, every now and then. But once they got settled in and they fixed all that, they was playing better. Um, I don't think so, Jarvis. We talked about that earlier. I don't think the Knicks keep that pick, man.
Mm-mm.
I don't know, unless it would have to be somebody literally gonna, crack. It got to be somebody who's gonna make a difference. Obi was the last one that you thought that when we got him, we thought he was gonna be that guy like that. If he ain't that, he don't have that type of impact where he can make a difference. I don't see what the Knicks gonna do with him. I really don't know what they're gonna do with him because if he's gonna crack the rotation, he might be a part of the roster. And like I said, you got Ferry and Hunt. You got to give him an opportunity to see what he's gonna do on a two-way. You know what I mean? You got to see what Reddish gonna do if you're gonna bring him back, or extend him. At least he will be back. He's inspiring. He will play for us. But you got a lot of young talent in New York, man. You take out four guys that, like you say, shot for that team under 26 years old.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
The young team, young 4 or 5 guys. That team is young. So now, it's going to be all about the wheeling and dealing. You know what I mean? Salute 19 Com. My brother was good with you, my man. Salute 19 Com for real. So it's going to be interesting, man. I think we got some good problems, though.
Yeah, Jarvis. I say the same thing. I've been saying it too. I think if the pick is not the top 4, if it's not one of the top 4 picks, if it's anything other than that, I think it goes into a trade. It goes into moving one of these players that we're trying to move, and probably bring back something or try to there's so many things to think about because if we are going to go a big time facilitating point guard, big name, then that trade is going to be part of that movement. But if they do decide, and I'm starting to lean towards this more and more as I speak about it, and I'm not saying IQ is a point guard, but he is a guard that can play point. You know, he is a guard that can play point, and it has shown this year. We played way better when IQ was at the helm, and if you notice, almost every game, for all what is this 80, 79 games, 79, 80, what is it, 79? No, not 70. Well, how many games is it? 71, something like that. Not yet,
Now we
71.
play now. I think we 73.
73 games. We've seen IQ in the fourth quarter at least 68 of those games when he's been on the court. So if IQ is ready to play,
74. Thank you, 1970.
74 games. I don't know how. I believe IQ has been in the fourth quarter at least 60 games, and I'm just saying that to make it 60 games he has played big minutes in the fourth quarter, and we look good with him in the fourth quarter when IQ was facilitating the ball for us. So I'm leaning more. At the beginning of the year, I wasn't with it. I was like, I don't know if IQ could do this and all that stuff. I'm more inclined to say now at the 74 game of the year that I could almost see IQ coming in next year and being our starting point guard.
Yep. Hey, real quick, I want to put this up real quick. Frank Monto. Hey, Frank, check this out. IQ, RJ, Cam, Obi, Mitch, Bench, McBride, Grinder, Sims. Now, check this out. Now, let's say you luck out on a draft pick, a nice one. Let's say you wind up getting a nice pick and he really can make some noise. Okay, he can spend time at the 3, backing up Cam Reddish. You know what I mean? The draft pick, if it's that, at the small, you get a nice wing coming out of college. Even if the Knicks get a 12, 13, 14, look at Grimes as a 25th pick. You know what I mean? That don't mean that 10th or 12th pick might not be the real deal though.
Facts.
A 19th, excuse me. That don't mean that 10th or 12th pick might look what Cole Anthony went at. You know what I mean? The Knicks might find a young dude that they could draft with that lottery pick, whether they in the lottery out, whatever. But they might look up on the gym. Obi, well, hey, you might find an Obi in there that could back up Obi, or can back up somebody. You know what I mean? So you never know. Or you can also go in the free agent world and get them a trade for him. But I like what Frank Mapple got there. I like that IQ, RJ, Cam, Obi, Mitch. I think you got 3-point shooting, better 3-point, getting better at 3-point shooting. But here's the key: athleticism, defense. Obi D, the only one and I think he'd get better at it. But IQ could D, RJ could D, Cam could D, Obi could get better at it. Mitch could D. I mean, you got 3-point shooters. You got guys who could put the ball on the floor and get to the hole. Every one of these guys right here, all of them could put the ball on the floor and go to the hole constantly. You know what I mean? I think if you put a couple of pieces behind McBride and Grimes and Sims, plugging them 2 spots in there, whatever 2 player that may be, whether you get them in free agent market, you got a nice team in New York. If you bring in somebody where you might have to bring in somebody, if Obi the one, IQ wind up going to the bench, you bring in a point guard there, you're still good. So I just think it's so interesting what could be in New York, man. We just got to keep going, keep doing this thing, keep doing it right. Because I think we're on the cusp of something for sure. And with this team we got down there. I'm looking forward to next season for real.
Yeah, I mean, I say it. I'll say it once. I say it again. In the beginning of the year, IQ, I didn't have no. I mean, I at one time I was like, oh, maybe we might have to trade IQ and all that stuff in the beginning of the year. And one of the biggest things for IQ that I think that he needed in the beginning of the year was I think D Rose was a big part of him not playing up to where playing to where he needed to be. Now with the immersement of Grimes to help him out and stuff like that, he looks a little better. He played. I mean, if you look at IQ playing these games, he plays real good with IQ, Deuce, Reddish. I mean IQ, Deuce, Sims. And the reason why he plays so good with them because those are the same guys that he played with in the summer league. You know, and if you continue to keep these guys together, they're gonna know where their spots are. They're gonna know how to make the moves to get open so you can pass them the ball. I mean, in the beginning of the year, IQ wasn't passing the ball and doing all that stuff, but he's making a couple more passes right now. He grabs a little bit more rebounds right now. His assist is up a lot, and his scoring since in the last couple of games, I think is 13, 14 points a game. I mean, for coming for I mean, if you could get a point guard that's 14 points a night, eight rebounds and 5 assists, that's you could put that's a premier point guard in this time of age in the NBA right now.
Yeah, you know what, CT, man, listen, I think we move on from Fournier. At least what I would think.
I think so too.
I think he's still, to me. I just think that Quentin Grimes make him expendable. I really do. That is my basketball opinion. I think Quentin Grimes makes Evan Fournier expendable. I think he can give you what Evan Fournier giving you. That shot. Quentin Grimes got a nice shot, man. I mean, this cat is literally got a nice stroke behind the three. Granted, he's just getting back into shape from coming off the injury. But before the injury, he was knocking them joints. I mean, I think he's that good, and his defense is so good. I think for what he giving you, his plus minus is always plus compared to Evan Fournier is always kind of a minus. Evan Fournier might get you through 15 threes or whatever, but he's giving up 30 points. And I think Quentin Grimes is the opposite. Quentin Grimes can get you 30 maybe on a hot night and still lock the other dude down. So yeah, CT, that's the only reason I got my trepidation with Fournier's contract. I think you need to move that contract for either you can extend RJ1 or give Cam Reddish some money. I don't think Evan Fournier is going to be. He's not that important to me because we wouldn't be where we at now with everybody else going on. In other words, with the team we got now not winning, he's part of that. But even though he's playing better, I think we can get better with $19 million. I really do. I think we can go get a cat that can, and even if that 19 million, add another 10 with it, another 5 with it, you know what I mean? Now that Evan Fournier 19 million, because you could easily put $6 million with it, and that's a $25 million contract to go get somebody who can do what he's doing and give you both sides of the ball, rebound, assist, and do all these other things. I just think it's a lot of money. But he's good though. He's a good shooter, savvy veteran. But I think Quentin Grimes make him expendable. Excuse me, God, I didn't mean to go so far. I think Quentin Grimes makes him expendable. I think if you could move it in a good deal, I would move it. Come back with somebody who can really get it, man. It's some nice young talent out here that could be more consistent. Like I said, even though he's playing well, but he's still ups and downs. Prime example against a gritty team last night, like the Miami Heat. When the gritty got, only had 7 points. You know what I mean? So he wasn't really necessarily needed that much, but he playing good ball, CT, and everybody in the chat. He is playing good ball, but personally, I think we got to go get some athletic cats in that position. Because you can get shooters. Shooters come dime a dozen. That's all the world. That's all they do now is shoot. You can get Evan Fournier anywhere. Coming out of college, look at you can get guys who can score the ball. That ain't the problem for me with the Knicks. What they showed last night, that defense, them cats, that's what won that game last night. That defense creating turnover, creating pace. You know what I mean? Snatching a rebound, running out on an outlet pass. That's what the Knicks should be doing, and I think he can get better than that. So, but it's hard though. Yeah, I do too, man. Whether they do it or not, CT, but I definitely can see it, man. I agree with you 100%. I just think that it's the right move. If you want to move this squad they got now moving forward to meet Shy Powers, put Cam Reddish there, and take that money, give it to RJ, Cam Reddish, and Mitch. You got to get these guys back. You got to bring that core back. Them young boys are special, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, he could drop 40, but he can give up 40 too. I mean,
or he could play like last night and get 7.
Get 7. Yeah, that's the point. It's not only about the points though. It's not about Evan Fournier scoring. He can score, but he can't stop nobody from scoring. To me, you're not really gaining nothing. If Evan Fournier scores 17, he's capable of giving up 25. So you're still in the minus. So everybody get infatuated with his shooting. Yeah, he can knock the ball down every now and then in certain spots of the game, but still, look when look at all the games we losing when no cats can't play no defense. Knicks been losing games lately because they can't stop nobody. Am I right or wrong, Shot Powers?
Facts.
They've been losing games because they can't stop nobody. But now look at when they stopping people. McBride, Grimes, Mitch, Sims. These guys are stopping people, man. And I think that's the big difference. That's why I don't know if I can roll with that 19 million. I think we can get a little bit better than that. He's making it happen now. I ain't gonna matter. His shooting looks good, man. I like his playmaking and got better as well. Shot power. A lot of every point in the game got real good. He got much better in the second half of the season. He's starting to get assists more. His off the ball defense was pretty good. He was getting steals here and there, picking people. Still, his man on man defense is not there. So that's why I don't got no problem with it moving. I want me some young athletic knockdown shooters. Lengthy dudes who can just do what they do, man, and put some defense on that team. And that's why we win in these games. Our defense against Charlotte, defense won that game. Against Miami, that was the defense. The defense rebounding, Jericho 7 getting that offense rebound and snatching that thing and throwing and kicking it back out to Grimes and McBride on Kyle Lowry. You know what I mean? These things was huge in that game last night. I think they got back to the grittiness. So let's see what we can get for Evan Fournier if they move him. I don't have a problem with it though. Julius Randle too, for all that matter.
I mean, like we were saying earlier, one of the two big contract guys that we have on our team this year is going to be gone. It's either going to be Evan Fournier or it's going to be Julius Randle, and more than likely it'll probably be Fournier because his stock is up right now. He's shooting around 40% for the season. I mean, not for the season. Well, he's shooting about 40% for the season now for 3-pointers. His defense is, okay. His assists, last couple of games, he's been getting some assists. He really doesn't rebound that great, but his stock is up right now. And I believe if trade was to be made and it was the point of attack would be Julius Randle or Evan Fournier, I think it would be the Evan Fournier before the Julius Randle. Now, on that same token, I hope that we can I hope we could move on for both of these guys because I think right now, in this offseason, I think Obi Toppin is going to come back, and I think he's going to be a better 3-point shooter than he's been shooting this year. I think he's going to start shooting short jump shots, line himself to the basket and shoot some short jump shots, 10, 15 feet out. He shoots a great jumper from a great free throw shooting. And if you give him the ball in the open field, he's gonna do a reverse between the legs, tomahawk, Statue of Liberty dunk on you or something like that. So, I mean, I'm being more optimistic about Obi Toppin, and if we keep Randle, we're gonna snub Obi Toppin. So, if we're looking for a move, do we move Obi Toppin? Or do we move Julius Randle? That's going to be some of the things that's going to be brought up in the summertime and probably in the first year of Randle's contract next year.
Yeah, that's going to be. But for me, if you move Obi Toppin to Julius Randle, people might think I'm bugging if I say you move Julius Randle. But I'm going to be honest with you. Obi Toppin ain't making Julius money. He's never going to get Julius money. So you got to win there. But if he keep improving, if he can get to 15, 16 a game and 8 rebounds, 9 rebounds at the power forward, I mean, for him, 16, 7, I mean, I think he can. I think he can because I think he's more gifted than people give him credit for. You know what I mean? But I do think if the Knicks get right now, IQ, let's say if you're going into the offseason right now, I think IQ is the best. Could probably be the best point guard we got, but other than McBride starting because of this, but let's see how he's gonna be the last 8 games, whatever. That's why it's so important to see these guys play the last 8 games. so we can know what these cops really got. You know what I mean, on a consistent level, and not just in here dunking dunk time. You know, to see what they really got. And I think he can do that, man. I think Obi can. I think Obi can get you 16, 17. I think he get 8 points alone on fast break points by himself. I mean, you know, and if he knocked down 2 threes in the game, that go 14 right there. And then I think he gonna do better than that. I think the man finally settling in. He getting the opportunity. He's a skilled dude, man. His bat into the basket game and got better for it. When he get around the rim, he either gonna score most likely. You know, at one time he thought Obi Toppin wasn't gonna score that ball down there, but now, yeah, I think he just finding himself, man. He's finally catching on in his he the Obi that you thought we would see. And if he get better, if he keep playing at this rate right now, 18 the other night against Charlotte, which is understandable, their defense not good, but to come back against the Miami Heat defense and drop 15 and 8, you know what I mean? That's pretty decent. You know, especially against them dudes. You know what I mean? They defend with the best of them. PJ Tucker, all these guys, man. So that's why I'm so happy about what I seen last night. I don't think it was a fluke game or nothing. Even if Miami on a 4-game losing streak, you know, they still thought their best team out there that were gonna beat us, and them young boys came to play. So
yeah, we all sat back in the end of the third quarter, rubbing our heads like, oh man, here we go again. So don't act like no one sitting here right now knew that we were going to make the great comeback from 17 points, and IQ was going to, you know, weather the storm for us and bring bring Deuce McBride and Grimes out there and make them hit some big shots. So, I mean, I believe, like I said before, man, I believe next year Obi is going to be a different player. I think his game's going to change up. I think he's going to bulk up a little bit more. I think he's going to be really ready for the season next year. I think he's going to shoot some shoot better from the 3-point line, and I think he's going to come through and start shooting short jump shots, them 10 to 15-foot jump shots. So watch out for him. It's going to be a lot of things that we have to wonder about. And these next 8 games or so are really going to, you know, juggle all Knicks fans' mind on seeing if we really want to move on with if we're going to move on from Randall and keep Obi. You know, it's out there, it's out there loud. So a couple of streamers, a couple of contact people got a new name for Randall already, and you know, it's for Randall. Either he gets really better and plays more like the season before this, or you know, by trade deadline, we may see Randall out of here, man. If the New York fans turn on Randall, man, you know how we could get, man. If we turn on Randall, it is a wrap for him. He is not going to be able to take all this pressure from this New York fan base, man. I've seen people fold under this pressure a lot of times, man. Us New York fans are some tough, rough fans, man. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I think Evan will probably be shot, but I hope we can also try to shop Randall as well.
Frank said, "Who's the one player you believe we get in the off season?" The one that it kind of almost seems like it's the one that people may think that would happen. I would have to really say Jalen Brunson. Yeah, but I think about everybody. He's the one that anything to me that if anything the Knicks that can be gotten if he leave. I think if Jalen Brunson leave Dallas, he might be that one guy, Frank Monto, that I think that might be the one I think that's the easiest to get. You know, it wouldn't cost us too much because we can if we can trade somebody, you know, bring in this person. I think Jalen Brunson might be that one for me. Who would I want? That's a different story.
If you're asking me who I want Murray. If we're gonna go, I'm gonna say it again. If we're gonna go get a point guard, I want us to get a facilitating big point guard. And if I like Brunson, I was all with Brunson, and then I started swaying away from Brunson and started thinking about Sexton because he's a drive to the hole, could get you 20 points a night type of scorer and stuff like that. But if it was somebody, before I would look at Brunson and Sexton, I think I might think about IQ. But if we're looking for a big name, someone that's going to come here and be a threat, offensive threat, a rebounding threat, and assist threat, I'm all 100% with DeAndre Murray. And
Andre,
my second choice would be SGA,
yeah,
and then it would be Mitchell.
yeah, I think I'm on that with you. I would have to be point guard Devontae Murray hands down, the player wise anyway. Well, to me, out of him, SGA, and I'm gonna have to go down to Mitchell first.
Mm.
I just think that man on the cusp. he, but I would have to go him because I think he also can. He would fit the style of play we play.
Yeah, he's a CAA player too, man. He got a lot of connections with the Knicks. He got I think his father had something to do, and yeah, he got some connections. He
Yeah,
got some. He from around the New York area and all that stuff. He got
yeah,
some
upstate.
connections. Yeah, he got some
I think his
connections.
skill is. I think he got that fight in him. He could get down. I mean, the man, his number speak for itself. He would probably be the top of my list. Other than obviously, I think people say Zion. You know, but
Nah,
I think
I still say.
Down to Mitchell in New York with R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish, you can build off that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
can build off that.
Mitchell got the CAA. He's CAA. He's from New York. His pops play for coach with the Mets, and you can't forget this big name here. Him and Johnny Bryant. They're mad cool. So so
Absolutely.
that's something to
Amen.
look forward to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be glued in. Once the next season over, I really be into the draft. So I'll be more in line and detail to tell you about guys that I will see that I think of. But right now, for on the regular, I don't do too much investigating because I'm so caught up in this and everything else I do in life. So, but once the season over for the Knicks, I'm gonna be Knicks will talk. We've been talking about draft and everything. We be getting it popping, man. Draft, free agency should be a pretty big free agent year. It's going to be Will and Dale. We got a lot of stuff to worry about. Mitchell Robinson, RJ, by October 22nd, we're going to extend him. So there's always going to be some. So we always going to be have some information to deal with some content creation and bring it on the platform to get it popping. Even though the season be over, the season ain't over, but there's no basketball being played. We're going to be out here talking Knicks, and get ready for everything else. But right now, I'm in a good place at the NCAA, my North Carolina Tar Heels, because I've been a Tar Heel fan since I was a little kid, even though I'm from New Jersey. I got a pretty good thing going on. I've been a Tar Heel fan since I was a kid, and I live in North Carolina now. And born and raised in New Jersey, and St. Peter's playing North Carolina. Ain't that something? I was like, born in Jersey, St. Peter's in the Elite Eight.
Mm-hmm.
Tar
Mm-hmm.
Heel fans since I was growing up and living in Tar Heel country down here, and they playing each other in the Elite Eight. That just don't get no better than that, man. So it's gonna be interesting. But I'm excited about our Knicks moving forward, and they're in a good spot, man.
Boy, I tell you, the chat is where it's at.
Yeah, they is. They're killing it right now.
Yeah, I feel you, CT, on that one. I it's gonna be an interesting summer. I'm just gonna say that again, man. It's gonna be an interesting
I
summer.
want to book with ACT. I want to book it with like that good weather. You might want to go out to LA with the Jenners at. You know what I mean? And the Kardashians, you dating one. You might want to head out to LA. I think he might want to get to LA and help do that Laker franchise. CT. You never know. I just think he seems like he's an LA guy to me. You know what I mean? Like he seems like he's one of them. But the man can get down though. I wish he would come to the Knicks. He definitely get down for sure. Be interesting to see. He said Johnny Davis gives him 4 years. We might have our own book. Okay, I got to see these guys. I can't wait till I really get down there.
Yeah, I gotta start being
And
a little.
there's some nice cats out there.
Well, yeah,
Frank, they make a big trade with Portland if we had to guess.
I mean, there's rumors out there about Julius going to Portland as well too.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things out there saying Julius.
Yeah, he fit good in Portland. Even if he didn't, even if excuse me, if Damian Lillard stayed with the merger of Anthony Simons, Julius Randle, and they still can go get the two players that the other superstar to play with Damian Lillard. So you got two superstars and Damian Lillard and whoever that one they might bring in there, Julius Randle and Anthony Simons. That's it's a good core. That team can take you somewhere. You put the right pieces around it. I don't know what they can do with Nurkic, but then you go in there and get a five, whatever five you're going to bring in there. So you got the five, Julius Randle, whoever that other player you bringing in, Anthony Simons and Damian Lillard. It's not a bad squad.
And Portland got a little bit of money too.
Yeah, right. They're gonna have roughly $60 million or something.
Yeah, they got a little bit of cash. So.
Yep, that would be who can Portland even really have to do it, Julius Randle, unless you do a three-way. I don't really got nobody we want because the only person on this level out there right now on Julius Randle level, I don't think, other than that Damian's on above, but there ain't too many other people other than that on Portland that's on Julius Randle level because C.J. McCullough going. So, You know what I mean? Who would you have to get back? They ain't giving up Simons. I don't think so. I just don't think they're going to do that. So we'll be interested to see what their dilemma going to be moving forward because I don't think they're going to get that dude up for sure. But it's going to be fun to watch, man. Knicks got a lot of opportunity to do a lot of good things this summer, man. Let's hope that they can pull all the right buttons and everything like that, and bring us some more talent to add with the nice young talent that we have in here. I'm excited about moving forward with the Knicks, man. So, we just got to get that right player. But we got so many directions we can go. But I like where we at, though. I like the foundation that we got. All we got to do is add and subtract a little bit here and there. And then I think we're really back where we need to be. I think we still
a whole lot of subtraction. You need a lot of subtraction. Like 7 players.
Yeah, I think either way it go, maybe like I said, even for now, if you happen to get the Kemba Walker, Noel, if you have to get Burks off, and even if you had to get not Julius Randle, sorry,
D Rose and Taj.
Yeah, Derrick Rose. So if you get Noel, Burks, Kemba Walker, and Derrick Rose contract, you're still in a good spot. You're still in a good spot. You know what I mean? You get them contracts off the books because you're still around what? That's
for like 44
million.
Close
to 44 million.
All of them was about 10 million. So
right, exactly. And Derrick Rose 14. If you can get them, and you can able to be able to some way get them things off the books. I don't know how got to be some will in the deal. Brock Oliver had to get down with that. But if you can free up that 44 million with the team you got now, obviously 10 of it, another 10 of it, or 15, let's say 20 of it. Let's say 20 of it, what he making now, that RJ Barrett $30 million. He making $10 million now next year. He be making 10 next year. So if that's why I would still got to go back to Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier contract could be RJ Barrett's extension or Cam Reddish. So yeah, but we got a lot of money. We can make it happen, man. They're gonna have to really get that locked up in that room and do a lot of mathematical equations. But I do think they can get it popping, though. I think we're gonna be good in that department when it comes to the future. I just hope that we make the right move. So, he said start straight madness first rounders for a grand.
Straight madness.
Oh. So it depends what the first rounder is. It all depends what position it's in. I mean, if it's a 25th pick, sure, I'll do it. I mean, you know what? That Dallas 21st pick, them look what Dallas at in the league. Them picks from Dallas gonna be down in the 20s. You know what I mean? They're gonna be in the top 5 or 10 or in the lottery. Like other than our own picks, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna be in the lottery. So a lot of them picks we got, especially the 2 Dallas picks, we still got them. They were down. Look what Dallas like the top 4 in the league right now, right? In the West,
they definitely above 6, something like that.
Yeah. So that pick will be about in the 20s. I mean, maybe. You know what I mean? And so like I said, you'd be surprised what the Knicks do with these picks, man. They might put them because I think you can move them picks and get a player better. Like you meant to tell me you wouldn't trade 2 21st round picks or 23rd and 19th or something if it bought you a star player or something like that, yeah, I think they would. I because them picks might not be that good. They might have never make Knicks in the team with the amount of talent we got down here. It ain't but so many spaces, you know what I mean? So, lucky we lucked out with Grimes and with Simmons, but now you talking about trading somebody like that to go get a star player. You never know. It's a business. You got to wheel and deal. You got to give up to get something. So, it all depends who it is. But Jeremy Grant, yeah, he can make it. I'd give up a first round for Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant is a good ball player. You know what I mean? He can make. I'll take before I put Jeremy Grant in that spot in a heartbeat. He made $20 million. Fournier made $19 million. I will put Jeremy Grant at 3 before I put Evan Fournier there. Defense, top-notch defense, could score, got grit, athletic, everything. He make the same money Fournier make. That's why I think Fournier contract to me is not without you, because you can go get a dude like Jeremy Grant, and with all that skill he got in the defense, come on, you know what I mean? So I will give a first pick for Jeremy Grant in a heartbeat. Sexton is different because he's a free agent now, right? And you got to worry about the injury, but I definitely would do it for Jeremy Grant though. I don't think there's too many guys in the next 4 years come out of college better than Jeremy Grant. They might got potential to be, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that, man. I'm talking about something that we need. 6'8", small forward who can do it. It can defend with the best. Listen, young, come on, man. Mitchell Robinson, Randall, and Jeremy Grant. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I mean? RJ and Cam Reddish or whatever. Yo, man, I'll take that. If you move Randall, trade Randall for Grant, I'll do it. I'm serious, Shop out. I'll trade Randall for Grant.
Yeah, I mean, it gives the team a little different circumference. It doesn't have that isolation in your circumference anymore. Now you got players that you could pass to, and he's not a grab the ball, hold the ball for 5 seconds, try to make a move, and then can't make a move and pass the ball at the last minute. I'm really digging on Randall today, man. I'm really upset at how I watched him. I didn't see that play like you said. It's still in my mind, man. But when I seen them making the move and I seen Julius sitting on that bench and he just had no look like he cared. I'm over Julius Randle right now, man. I was on the fence with him. I like the way he plays. He's a strong double guy. Drives to the hole. He grabs defensive rebounds. But man, we could get somebody that could do that for less money.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Here's the thing about that situation, because you always got to look at players of what they can do. Like, see, guys like Grant and them, they still ascending. You know what I mean? It's not like they don't reach their ceiling. You know what I mean? You can't really go by what a guy only doing now. It's what can he do? He got this talent, the mindset to get better. And guys like that do. They about getting better. These young guys want to get money. The only way you're going to get more money is you get more better. So these guys, like, you look at the Quickleys and the Obies and the Grind, them guys, they hungry, man. They trying to get better because they want to be able to get that bag. These cats going hard to get money. And a lot of these guys who got it in them are going there. And I think guys like Grant, like I said, you look at Julius. Julius went hard, right? Don't get me wrong. Julius went hard to do what? To get his bag. Am I right, Shop Howard? That's what he did. He went hard so he can get his money. All of them do that. But now, a lot of them, like, they got their money, so they don't have to go. They don't feel like they go as hard. They just got to come to work. But a lot of these guys who got to come to work to try to get that bag, that's why I like the young poor we got, because them cats coming to work to try to get tens of millions. They don't have tens of millions. They got 2 million, 3 million. They want 20 million. They want 10 million. They want 15 million. So them young guys we got on the New York Knicks now, they come to work hungry, man. That's what I like about guys like Jeremy Grant, them who took the 60 million, because you know what, he wanted to go and show and prove that he could do this here. And you got to give Cat credit for that. Who want to try to set. So I think a guy athletic like him, who could ball like him, and got the wingspan, got the athletics, got the defense. Mitchell Robinson, Jeremy Grant, and whoever on the front line could be a really good defensive team, like Cam Reddish. That, let's say it was Mitchell Robinson, Jerry Grant, and Cam Reddish. That's a good defensive team right there. With RJ in the backcourt with another defensive point guard, that's solid, bro. You know what I mean? You got cats who could play the both sides of the ball, and I think that's what we're missing now. It's gonna be interesting, man. There's a lot of good guys out there, but we got draft picks all day, man. And we're gonna move some of them. I don't think we're gonna see some of them on New York next year, Sharp Powell. I think we're gonna move. We're gonna put some of them in some trades or move them back.
There's no question about that. I mean, let me not say no question. I believe that if especially our first round pick, because I believe we have 2 second-round picks as well. But I think our first pick, if it's not in the top 4, is going into a trade, and it's going to be aligned with one of these guys that we've been talking about all night to move them off, to make someone more interested in one to get to take our pick and to take our players. You know, I think almost all the trades that we got this year, maybe one or two, maybe one of the second round picks that we got, we may keep, but I believe all the rest of the picks that we have this year are going in trade packages.
Yeah, you know, and let's say we do get a nice stud coming out of the college. You know, which is possible. We might keep them. You know, but it still all depends on what they do with this roster. See, the only reason I say we might trade them because of the way the roster is presently constructed. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I say I think the Knicks would trade it, because the way this roster is constructed, you see how hard for the other guy to get minutes. You know what I mean? We complain about a lot of these young guys that we got now. We complain about they not getting minutes. You know what I mean? We like, man, Obi don't get minutes. These guys not getting minutes. So you bringing in another talent, another young piece, then the first thing we're going to say is like, these guys not getting minutes. So, but I do think if they move some of this stuff off the roster, then yeah, I think whoever we get in the draft, we probably got a chance to get a nice cat coming out of the draft again. Young talent, put them in there, let them get his feet wet like Obi and them did in the backup role. I think we can go that route, you know. But if we don't get nobody that's going to change the game, you know, we got to start them, obviously. But we're not then. But I do think if we keep this roster the way it is, I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to try to go for the playoffs again. I mean, go, you know, keep Randall, Fournier, hope this guy come and get another guy, and they might try to make another run. I don't know what, but if not, to me, I think they should get rid of all that and go the other way. Because I think they still got a good team, and that they can really keep on this court, man. I like what these guys are doing, but let's see, man. They pretty legit. Our front office is pretty good. They know what they're doing. Let's see if they just continue. But I would love to see this team, the way they playing right now and the style of play they playing. I like the way they playing, man. That's what's impressive to me. Just the way they playing. I like the way they playing. Shot Powell, and I think that's what you probably want to see in Madison Square Garden, like you seen the other night.
Yeah, I'm definitely with that, man. And I want to see a more energetic, faster pace, and not so much half court basketball, but more up run and gun, pushing the pace on teams. That seems to be what we could do. I think that's more in line of what a lot of the teams are doing in the NBA right now, and we need to just subtract and add. That's what we need to do. But on that note, Devon, I'm gonna get ready to go, man. My phone is down to like 2%.
Yeah.
So what time tomorrow? Just send me this. You know what to do. Just send me the thing.
Yeah, man. Real talk. We gonna get up out of here, man. Great show, man. Great dialogue, man. It's all good, man. But the Knicks, what a good game they had the other night in Miami. Great game in Charlotte. They went and got it popping, man. I'm excited about the way the thing looking going forward. We just gotta hope that the front office and much as we talk about making moves, who we want to see. Obviously, we don't have nothing to do with it, but we just like to put our thoughts out there. We don't know what the Knicks gonna do, but we just like to put out scenarios, the things that we think could help the franchise and make it better. Just thoughts and opinions and ideas. But whatever it is, hopefully we're in a good spot in New York. Knicks got to gain them all 3:30. Detroit Pistons out in Detroit, Motor City. And we get it popping, man. Salute, good to see you again, my brother. Be civilized, real talk, man. I'm glad everything's good with you, my brother. And yeah, man, we see you cats on the next one tomorrow, pregame. Knicks real talk. We get it popping. And y'all guys enjoy the rest of your night, man. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday going into Sunday now. But we see you guys pretty soon, man. Y'all enjoy it. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at always, man. Y'all cats are the best up in there, man.
For
all
real.
The time. And to everybody out there where we streaming, everyone, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate y'all, man. And Knicks real talk. Shaw Power Divine. And we out of here, man. We holler at y'all. Peace.
Let's get it.